What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for joining us. This is Miguel Antonio Barragan, aka Fight Fiend Migs, joined as always by my co host, Andrew, don't get it twisted, Lapache. And this is the Mad Boxing Show, or Mad Boxing for short, coming to you live on this lovely Wednesday evening, World Cup USA Day. Yes, quick heads up or a quick update. They are ahead 1-0 against Bosnia. I don't know how to pronounce the second country, but so I guess one municipality. I don't know, but anyway, USA is up 1-0. Should be 2-0, but they call the other one offsides. Nonetheless, we are coming at you while the games are crack-a-lack, and I have it on my TV here in the background. So if you see me turn occasionally to see how the score goes, by all means, you guys can figure out why I'm looking in that direction. But after all, this is a boxing show. We're going to be talking about plenty of boxing. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Good things, some weird, kooky things that we're going to throw at you. This weekend, we're going to get crack-a-lacking with the fights going on this weekend. DAZN is going to be presenting Abdullah Mason taking on Albert Bell. Now, we're gonna go into detail as far as like the significance of this, because it is the first card that is going to be on TNT. That's kind of a big deal. I don't know. I don't remember the last time boxing was like that. I mean, besides the MVP W cards, but you know what I'm saying? Significant ones, right? Especially from Top Rank, putting on some American talent on here. Let's see how it goes. Their first Top Rank's first card on DAZN was a little underwhelming. Let's see if this is anything more, a little bit more fireworky, or maybe making some stars. Maybe, who knows? We definitely need the general public to catch these two young American stars up and coming. So we'll see how that turns out. But anyway, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to kick off the show with that, I should say. Tyson Fury announced his next fight or exhibition. I don't know what the hell you want to call it, but we're going to be talking about that because he decided not only is this fight going to take place in Thailand, but we're going to do it one night before AJ's fight. Wow. All right. Talk about promoting. And we're going to talk about the legitimacy of that fight, rather than not it's an actual legit fight or some sort of exhibition, because from the looks of things, doesn't look very, very legit. But we're going to throw in our 2 cents on that as well. To continue the heavyweight theme, Usyk saying, or his manager saying that they want Wilder, Deontay Wilder. What other name did they name drop? Jon Jones. Yes, former UFC light heavyweight and heavyweight champion. Don't know how the hell that's going to work if he's still associated with UFC, but pretty crazy if that shit goes down. And that's according to Usyk's manager. So we're going to be talking about that, the legit possibilities of it going down, and whether or not we think it will actually happen. A lot of heavyweight news. IBF orders a title fight, a vacant title fight. I'll wait on the announcements or for the fighters there till we get crack-a-lack on the show. But damn, when I saw this, I was like, oh shit, I'm down for this one. It's a good one, guys. If you guys haven't already heard, but we'll be talking about that. Continuing on with the theme of sanctioning bodies ordering stuff, WBO has ordered Devin Haney versus Keyshawn Davis. That part isn't necessarily breaking news. However, they did mention, this was yesterday, that they have 20 days from yesterday to come to an agreement. Otherwise, it goes to a purse bid. Oh, damn. All right, let's see if this one goes down. Where the welterweight division is starting to get, pretty hot and popping as long as the champs fight each other. This is not that, but still a relatively hot fight that could spice up the weight class. We talked about it on Sunday, this Peace Summit that took place this week. We talked about it on the earlier show, right on the Sunday show, and it looks like it happened yesterday. All right, kind of crazy with some pictures posted from Turkey Al-Sheikh and talking about basically the results. They don't go into too much detail, but of course things look a little funky because a certain somebody, Dana White, and Zuffa representative, wasn't really there. No, I don't say really there. It wasn't there at all, which is kind of weird because I thought that was kind of the whole point of this. But we'll talk about that. And if you guys missed it, Sunday there was actually some Zuffa boxing with a weird ending to the main event. Jose Valenzuela defeated Edwin De Los Santos in a very controversial fashion, I guess, a controversial way. We're going to be talking about that because De Los Santos is not taking this one lying down. He's definitely going to appeal the way that fight ended. We're going to be talking about that, of course. All right. So, to get crack-a-lackin', as always, before we start talking about these topics, a quick word from our channel sponsor, Health y Sol or Health Y Sol. Make sure to check them out. If you happen to find anything you might want to try, make sure to use the checkout code MADBoxing10 and get 10% off of your purchase, or follow the affiliate link that's going to be in the description of this video and get the same 10% off. As I mentioned, as I usually mention, lavender patchouli is my favorite scent. Smells hella fucking good, and the soap in particular, of course. But they are tallow-based products, natural products. Make sure to check them out once more, Health y Sol, and use that code at checkout, MADBoxing10. Alrighty. So cool. Nothing major. Still up 1-0, 60 minutes into the second, or into the game, I should say. All right. So we're going to be talking about this card that's be taking place this Saturday. Not only is this fight going to be on DAZN, I guess I should start off with, not only is the fight going to be on the 4th of July, it's going to be a Saturday, right? This is one of the times that the 4th of July lands on a Saturday, but it is going to be on TNT. All right. Now, if you guys remember, DAZN had made this deal with TNT that they're going to be airing fights on Saturday nights. I don't know if they mentioned every Saturday from here on out, but they're calling it The Fight, right? That's kind of the way they're coining it. And it's going to be on TNT. Now, they want to start off with a bang, right? They want to get some people interested in it, and they're putting two other top stars, Abdullah Mason in the main event and Bruce Shushu Carrington in the co-main event. Both of them facing undefeated fighters. They are undefeated themselves. So that I kind of saw that and I'm like, oh shit, maybe these fights are going to be a lot more competitive than I thought. Now, these guys aren't exactly household names yet. I assume that's kind of the point, right? That's kind of the deal why they want to put them on here. However, if you guys remember the Top Ranks First card on DAZN that was main evented by Keyshawn Davis and Nair Albright was kind of underwhelming. You know, we were all looking forward to DAZN airing Top Rank cards after Top Rank being kind of in limbo for a little bit after their ESPN deal expired. So we were all looking forward to seeing Top Rank on DAZN, and this is the first card that they give us. It was pretty underwhelming. We're hoping this is a little bit of a different story. Of course, these guys are established champions after all, even though they are as young as they are. Abdullah Mason, a WBO lightweight champ, and Carrington, the WBC featherweight champ, and that 126 on that one. But they are both fighting undefeated fighters. Abdullah Mason was supposed to take on Joe Cordina. It looks like Cordina had some sort of visa issues, and something that happened at the airport where they basically didn't let him come. So unfortunately, we had to get I guess the last minute replacement. I should say last minute, but replacement in one Albert Bell. All right. So that being said, let me go ahead and bring in my bud Andrew. Andrew, what's happening? I'm bringing you to the show here. Decent card, right? I mean, nothing spectacular, but when I see these names, it doesn't really feel like Top Rank is coming out guns blazing on their first TNT broadcast. Are they kind of missing the goal here with this one? I mean, it seems like they're missing the mark, I guess I should say, with airing this one when they're not household names yet.
They're not household names, but I mean, Bruce Carrington's a champ. Abdullah Mason's been on multiple ESPN cards, pay-per-view cards, I believe, on the undercard of some of the pay-per-view Top Rank events. There's not a lot of money in the TNT budget, right? So you got to fit with what fits the budget. You got to put in what fits the budget, and obviously that's not going to be their higher champions that are right now looking for title shots and big paydays with possibly Turkey out there, right? I'm talking about like someone who likes it, like Keyshawn Johnson and them. So who do they really have? You know, Emiliano fought the other day, right?
True.
Yeah, so he's out of the picture. That's one of their bigger names they have. You know, it's a good coming out point. The diehards are going to watch anyways because these are two up and coming prospects. Carrington already being a champ, but still on a prospect level overall. As far as maybe being one of the faces of American boxing, right? He's a champion already, but he could be potentially more if he, keeps winning. So the diehards will watch, and I think they're both undefeated. Oh, you know what? Abdullah's a champ too, on. He's a
he's
WBO.
WBO champ. Yeah.
They're both champs, bro. So they'll have their titles out. They have their undefeated records out. I could get my uncles to watch this. I could. If I was at a barbecue, I could sell it.
You're doing the promoting for it. It's like, guys, two young talent here. You know,
That's
two
right.
guys that are trying to make themselves a household name.
So who wants to see potential future of American boxing? How about that?
Yeah, no, exactly. That seems to be. I mean, now what better time to do it than literally the 4th of fucking July happened on a Saturday, right?
Hey, did you see the belt?
Oh yes, I did see that. Yeah, the WBO. WBC. Sorry. You know, as always, Solomon wanted to bring it in there and put that on full display. Is that who is that for? Is that for Abdullah Mason?
The winner. It's the winner. Hey, look, it's a cool belt, but you got to put some kind of value on it, right? Like, it looks very like it might be sold for $25 in 20 years. You know what I mean? Like,
it might be chopped up and used for scrap metal at some point.
Exactly. Can we toss this in with the cans?
Yeah, like I'm gonna go and recycle this shit.
So yeah, you know, but it's a pretty belt, you know. It's cool, whatever. I'm surprised Zuffa didn't laugh all over that one. Or no, it'd be the UFC. No, because they're 250.
What I'm saying, I mean, like they had their own little 250 belt. That should look dorky as fuck. I mean, yeah, granted, it might have looked nice and shinier.
Yeah,
but I mean, they did the same thing with their commemorative belts.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. They might be laughing because I thought their belt was prettier. The WBC one, it's too dull. There's no bling to it at all. I'm not saying I need freaking, you know, bedazzled on it. Is that what the girls used to do? Bejeweled? Is it bejeweled, bedazzled? Is it bedazzled? Yeah, I don't need that, but fuck, man, give me something. So whatever.
Yeah, it did look a little strange when I saw it. It looked like it had some shine to it, but there was like some texturing to it, so it didn't really like shine as much as like a smooth surface would. But I did see that. I was like, all right, well, I guess they got to put it in there somewhere, I suppose.
What title does Bruce have?
He's got the WBC.
He's got all right. So it's for that it's for that fight. Most likely.
I suspect so, at least. Yeah.
Okay.
Not household names yet, but they decided to do this on a day that most people are gonna be home, you know, doing fireworks or whatever the hell, right? So, of course, sometimes you're outside and not necessarily inside, but regardless, you're gonna be home more often than not. People, I mean, yes, some people do travel and they go do stuff, but by and large, they're out in their front yard doing their like their fireworks and stuff like that, right? So they have that to at least watch while they're home, which is pretty significant. It seems like, you know, the plan is coming together, right? We got 2 American stars on Americans holiday and on a day that most people are going to be home. It's just when I see, and I guess that makes sense when you put it in that perspective. Like, number one, who the fuck else do they have? And you know, the other big names are kind of either just fought or aren't available. And of course, the budget is going to be relatively small for like these first timers here. I don't remember TNT ever airing boxing, but you know, TNT did have at one time wrestling. And I think they do actually still have wrestling now. And of course, basketball. I think they still have the NBA finals. Does TNT ever show football? Andrew, do you ever watch that on TNT?
No. I think it's just boxing. Now, they didn't they show the PBC at one point?
No,
I know they were on BET. I remember this is when he first got the money. He was buying fucking channels everywhere. I think that's kind of what his problem was, is he spreaded the product out too far. And I remember a lot of people complaining, like, dude, I'm not going to my TV schedule or menu every night to look for a damn PBC fight. You know what I mean? But I thought he was on TNT, but maybe not. No, I don't think. I think it's only been basketball then.
Yeah, basketball. And then I don't know, maybe not even baseball because I don't remember it, but I remember specifically being TNT and being on TNT that specifically. But now we're gonna add boxing to that. Hopefully these fights come through and people I guess maybe not stars or not superstars, I should say, but stars are born. People see the American fighters and then they get interested in them again. Now,
You ready for this, Miguel?
Yes.
They show NASCAR, NHL, MLB, soccer.
Oh.
Yeah, they're pretty into sports, I guess.
All right. That's something, and now they're adding boxing to it, right? So
yeah,
that's pretty significant to have it on there. I don't remember the last time boxing was on any kind of channel like that, besides, like I said, the MVPW cards, which who the hell knows how much or how many ratings or what the rating would be for something like that. But interesting to see what happens because they kind of have an opportunity here to make something big, but as I mentioned earlier, that first card that Top Rank had on DAZN that had Albright and Keyshawn on there, and then on the undercard, Brian Norman Jr. versus an overmatched Josh Wagner was pretty underwhelming. They can't put a card like that on like that. This is their first major, like, boom, guys, we're back, and then they lay a fucking egg. We hope not, of course. I'm hoping that Mason, who is a pretty exciting fighter, and Carrington as well, of course, put on a show and get people excited into it because that first card was super whack. Even though it wasn't on TNT, it was just on regular DAZN. But you get my point. It's like I thought they would, put more as the whatever guys they can that are most exciting on TV.
Right. Yeah. No, they need some of these guys to grow. Unfortunately, Keyshawn was almost there to cross over and it just didn't happen. He might have gotten greedy. Who knows if it was money that stalled him right there. Well, actually, we're going to talk about him later, right? He's in.
Oh yeah.
He's in a potential, maybe a big fight again. So he might have a crossover moment here, but no, they're just really they're hurting for talent right now. At least talent at the household name level. Right, as a Top Rank really doesn't have that right now. Because to be honest with you, Emiliano's just a prospect too. I don't think he's a household name yet in America. So they're at a weird transition right now where they're bringing out their new crop of fighters. Their last ones did good. Had this one guy named Terrence Crawford. He turned out all right.
Right. Yeah. What happened to that guy? I don't know.
Yeah.
He just he came, he whooped ass, and then he just bolted. I don't know whatever happened to that guy. Wish he would have stuck around a little longer than that. But
unfortunately, they're outgrowing the pay scale of Top Rank pretty fast nowadays. It really seems like there's a growing trend in boxing. If you're not a heavyweight, at least once you get to a certain point, you just want to leave your promoter, become your own promoter, strike your own deals. We're seeing it more and more. Even Canelo, I think, did it for a while, even though he kind of went back to being, getting with promoters. He was even doing the whole Canelo promotions things, but it starts with Oscar, goes to Floyd. Both of these guys being aligned with Top Rank, then Terrence Crawford does it. It kind of sucks, because you got to make your money fast with these guys, because it seems like the end game now is as soon as they get to that peak moment, they're looking for their out on the contract.
Yeah, and I mean they try to follow the example, I guess, of someone like Roy Jones who didn't have that. It didn't have those kind of like heavy and still became something of himself. I think that's what they all seem to want to do, right? It's like they need the help of the promoter, right, to get their face out there to begin with, and then once they have some sort of recognition, then they try to cut ties at that point. But it seems to be that more and more it kind of sucks for the promoters because they put in their hard-earned money themselves, of course, and promotional oomph, the hype machine that they have, the well-oiled machine to get the name out there, and then when the time comes, they try to let loose. You're like, no, that's not how it works, homie. You got to have some loyalty here. But that seems to be the case. It seems to be like, until you get me there, then it's bye-bye.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, if it keeps happening, there might be a point where some of these promoters / investors, because that's what it is, right? Mm-hmm. You're investing in someone to hopefully get a ton of money back. If they keep seeing this pattern of, wait a minute, once I get you there, you guys are just leaving or taking me to court, making me buy you out, or you're buying your own contract out, what am I really doing here?
Mm.
Right? And they'll start investing their money other places. I mean, so it does suck. They got to find a way to lock up the contract. We don't want no UFC type contract, obviously, but to get a somewhat of a payback. Dude, I don't know how you call it, because as a person looking from the other side, like the fighter side, you're trying to make the most money you can too, right? So it's a hard call, on who's right on that one. Maybe just being honest on the contracts is the best thing. Give your guy an honest percentage his whole career. Maybe he doesn't leave, right? If you guys are splitting everything fair. It's when you start feeling like your company's lying to you, your company's robbing you. I'm not talking my own company.
No, of course not. No. Why would we ever thought that? No,
that was for Itauma. but yeah, dude. So no, once you get those feelings, then you want out. Then you want to make you want to go and become your own promoter, right? So
I was taking a look at the card, right? Abdullah Mason, as I mentioned, he was supposed to fight against Joe Cordina, and unfortunately that fell through because Cordina couldn't get over here. So in his place, they put Albert Bell. So I'm like, well, let's take a look, right? Abdullah Mason is 20-0 with 17 KOs, pretty significant. Albert Bell, 28-0. All right, that's a lot more fights, 8 more fights, 9 KOs. Damn it to hell. He is orthodox. He is 33 years old, still in his prime, still in physical prime. He's got quite a height advantage over Abdullah Mason here. They have him listed at 6 feet. Abdullah is 5'9".
Oh, well, that's not that significant, but I mean,
that's pretty significant. I mean, that's like
5'9". To 6 feet. Okay, yeah. I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
And then the reach is barely. It's like 73 inches for Bell, 74 for Abdullah, and then Bell is orthodox and Abdullah southpaw. So damn, it's I mean, Cordina's a very experienced guy, but since he's out here, they put themselves a guy in front of him that's undefeated. That's pretty significant. Although it's only 9 KOs. Abdullah Mason has been dropped, though. Just so you know,
right,
if you guys haven't remember, he has been dropped. I think it might have been twice, as a matter of fact, in the same fight. So he can be hit. That could lead to a pretty damn exciting fight. And I'm not saying it will be like, the one that we saw last weekend, which is pretty dope as anyway. But if we get one of those type of fights that, shows competitiveness, shows the fight is even, and the star of Abdullah Mason is born if he ends up winning, oh shit, we might have a star,
126 pounds?
135, they're lightweights.
Oh, 135.
Yeah.
All right. Was still all right. 130, because I was like, damn, 6 foot. But 135, 6 foot, undefeated. I can sell that. You can sell this fight, dude. Yeah. If you're at a barbecue or whatever, don't be scared. There's some badass fights on TNT, man. You're about to see the future. So, and then Abdullah Mason, is he Abdullah? That's Muslim, right?
Yeah, the name. Yeah, and they do the thing. Afterwards they pray or whatever, right? They say what is it that Devin Haney always says?
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.
Yeah, so that should be there then. They should have it. And it's the East Coast. They're both from the East Coast. You got good. I think it gets good ratings, bro. I really do. It just needs to not compete with so many other things. That's one thing that Saturday we got World Cup going on right now. There might be a lot of teams, a lot of TVs tuned into the World Cup and not even knowing what countries are on. That's how my TV's stand right now. You know what I mean? We just got it playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While I'm working, it's like whatever channel that shit's on, I have it on.
Yeah. So they might be up against that. You know what I mean? Where now we need us as diehards to be out there selling this thing, right? If the game is weak, it's 0-0 and we're in the second half. Come on, let's change this. I got some good fights on TNT, man. So we got to sell this fight. But you got Major League Baseball happening right now, I believe. You have the World Cup. So yeah, they got a few hurdles they have to get over, but it's a decent card because I like Bruce Carrington's a badass too, and I'm not knocking Mason. He's not as known to me as Bruce Carrington is. I remember Mason from that one fight, obviously where he got dropped. He comes back to knock the guy out though on himself, but That is like I don't have too many other memories of Mason, but that one. The Sam Noakes fight is really I don't remember the Sam Noakes fight. What fight card was that on, dude? Do you remember what card that was?
I'm trying to remember what the main event was, but it was a bad fight. They threw down, and he got hit.
See, we had to have watched it.
Yeah,
then.
we did, and it was one of the ones where we're talking about it, and literally 24 hours later, Turkey puts it on the fucking Ring magazine YouTube channel, so you can find it there. It's a hell of a fucking fight. It is fun as shit. Abdullah gets hit a lot though, like he gets hit a fucking lot. So
okay, well,
he wins, and in this exciting fashion. Maybe this is why they kind of ended up going with this guy as a second option with 9 KOs, so they don't, if he gets hit, he doesn't get, too fucked up.
Yeah, but obviously power, they didn't want him with the power, but undefeated, the 6 foot. Now you said he has a 70-inch reach though?
73
to 74 for Mason.
Yeah.
I was going to say, yes, short ass arms. How is he 70 reach with 6 foot tall? But all right, 73 is decent. Mason's got long arms, 74 for 135. Yeah, very good. No, it's a good fight. And Carrington, who's his opponent? What's his record?
Rene Palacios, also undefeated, Mexican. Let's see here. From Chihuahua, 19-0 with 10 KOs.
Not bad. It's not a bad card, bro. I know there are no names, but for a Saturday afternoon, like you said, if I'm barbecuing, having a get together, trying to burn time till it gets dark, it's not a bad fight card.
Oh, U.S. just scored 2-0.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Bosnia scored one, but they ended up calling it offside, so they nullified it. But yeah, 2-0, 81 minutes into the game. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Damn. Dude, I read that they're saying that this is like the first time that like all the hosting countries like advanced to the I guess the 32. I guess I'm not trying to remember how many are left, but
yes,
pretty significant. I didn't know it was the thing, but that's pretty badass. Start 2-0, and it was a free kick. It wasn't a penalty, but it was a free. Oh, that shit was sweet. Damn, yeah, you'll see the highlights, but
nice.
So yeah, back to the American theme. Rene Palacios, Mexican dude, and. I mean, yeah, KOs, but it looks like he looks right. Let me see here. Oh, he's a southpaw too, and what's his name? Carrington is orthodox. So we have another opposites. I guess the complete opposite here. Ironically, his nickname is Zurdo also, which basically means left-handed. Yeah, I mean. Those are two. It's crazy. Like the 4 dudes that are up there are undefeated. Like the co-main event and the main event. Hopefully that means fireworks. I don't just mean outside, but also on your television screens. I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to sell the shit out of people too, because where I'm going, I'm like, yo, you guys have TNT? Because I'll bring my DAZN, or I'll bring my Fire Stick to watch it on DAZN. So I anticipate doing that. I'm trying to sell it. Oh, here we go.
That happened 30 seconds ago. We just got it over here, dude. You're way ahead of us. What the hell?
I'm watching the shit on Univision, yo. It's like the Spanish channel.
That's
these guys have it on the thing.
And we're in Santa Clara. Are you kidding me right now?
Right. I'm in Vegas over here, so let me.
Oh wait, let me be fake like the other media. San Francisco. We're in San Francisco.
Oh.
Fucking stupid. Santa Clara, their mayor, whoever is supposed to stick up for that city, there's some punks, man, for allowing that shit all the time.
For saying what? For saying
for allowing everyone to call that stadium the San Francisco Bay Area. It's not in the fucking San Francisco Bay Area. It's in Santa Clara. What the hell?
Do you know that this game is going on over there?
Yeah, it is.
It's literally like it's at Levi Stadium.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, dude.
Like literally right there. Shit.
I'm saying that's what I'm telling you. Why the hell am I getting it 30 seconds later than you are?
It's like, why is it being blocked over here? What the fuck? I got a damn channel block. I have to I had to call somebody to relay it to me so they can tell me what's going on. All right, let's see how it goes. I don't know how they're going to kind of gauge whether or not it's a success. They're going to have some sort of ratings like regular Nielsen, what do they call it, Nielsen or Nelson ratings on TV, but then also it's going to be on DAZN, so that's going to be also people tuning in to streaming it. I'm not sure if they're just going to combine them, what the hell, but hopefully they get some pretty solid numbers enough towards TNT says, oh shit, we did good by putting boxing back on TV. All right. Anything else you want to add to that before we move on to the next one?
No, sir. But I think it's gonna do. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, something to watch this Saturday. And good shit. Not just all the other sports, but also some professional boxing. Why not? All right, this one kind of threw me for a loop when I read it. There is, we recently heard slash saw Alexander Usyk relinquish all of his championship titles. All right, so he lets go of all of them. Right, he says, "Yeah, no more," and he does it. I believe the phrase that he uses was to set the weight division free. To just not bottleneck at the very top with him, and that's very noble of him. But then we start hearing some rumblings of what his next move plans to be. If you guys watched, I believe it was last week's DAZN card, last Saturday's. Eddie Hearn kind of casually threw in there that Usyk will be fighting Deontay Wilder. All right, well that seemed kind of strange. I didn't know that he wanted to give up his belts for that. But when I heard that, I was like, yo, that seems like maybe you think there's a legit chance you're going to get fucked up. Let me go ahead and drop the belts so I don't actually end up losing the belts to this dude. Well, according to Mike Coppinger in the Ring magazine, Usyk's manager Sergey Lapin has said that Usyk intends to either fight Deontay Wilder or Jon Jones in the U.S. later this year. Now, it is already July, so the end of the year is rapidly approaching, but they're planning to make something like that happen. Admittedly, I think the Usyk and Wilder fight is more possible. It seems like that one is easier to make. This kind of like out of left field to throw Jon Jones' name there. Yes, that Jon Jones, the former UFC light heavyweight and heavyweight champion, obviously is not going to be in a cage, MMA cage. It's going to be in a boxing ring. Kind of weird. I don't know what Jones's status is with the UFC as far as having any sort of still contractual obligations. Because if that is the case, obviously Dana White's going to jump in and cock block. So chances are we're not going to get that. However, if what Dana White had said before, we have nothing to do with Jon Jones anymore. If that is true and that's legit, well, then this definitely makes it very, very plausible. Although sounds very, again, those kind of crossover fights that we kind of don't really want to watch anymore, at least not in the boxing ring per se. But Andrew, did it surprise you that Usyk's manager decided to just kind of name drop Jon Jones into this possible opponent topic?
I have to believe where there's smoke, there's fire. So I don't think he just name dropped. He had to have talked to someone about a potential fight between the two. And I'm not so quick to say that it's going to be a boxing match. I don't know if Jon Jones is really up for that. To go on the list of guys that got embarrassed in the boxing ring. You know what I mean? Like, and you are right. I think the public is over that match. It's time for the cage match or everyone just go back to their respected sports. We're done. Jon Jones, to me, has never even been described as a guy that could step into a boxing ring and do damage. You might know more, but I'm saying from my knowledge, I don't remember anyone ever saying that about Jon Jones. So I don't think there's going to be a demand for that fight. And honestly, Dana just threw him under the bus, so all the MMA world now thinks he sucks because I'm not talking shit, but they seem to follow a lot of what Dana says. So Jon Jones has two bad hips, can barely walk, can't run. That's all that's going to be said during this whole time on MMA chat rooms. Oh, you heard what Dana said. Now he's just making easy money in boxing, blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it can be a boxing match, and I think Usyk has the balls to do a cage match. I really do. I don't know if he's young enough to transition and get it all right, but I don't think boxing was his only sport. He might have been a wrestler too. You might want to look that up on Usyk. Might have done something else. I know Vasily did, right? Vasily was a wrestler, and they were both good friends. Yeah, you might have to look up his background on sporting in the UK to see what else he was doing over there. But he does seem crazy enough to do the attempt, and not even for money. just because, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like, because Vasily said he would too. I've always said that. Lomachenko has clearly said he would fight in the UFC for the right price. So you got two UK guys right there. Dana White could hit up
Ukraine.
for Ukraine. Oh, sorry, UK. Ukraine. Yeah, my bad. Ukraine fighters right there that you could potentially work with for a UFC showdown. Dana did say he's ready to do the fight. I know he said it a few years ago, but he also said it recently that they would look into doing a crossover fight in the cage. Usyk's a pretty global name, man. Might get a few views on Paramount.
Yeah. Do you like the way you kind of like described it with Usyk having or being at this late stage of his career? From what I checked here, all it shows is that he's actively training in that. Not that he has a background in it. I think football or soccer is what it was, and then boxing. But from what I can tell here, training in judo, sambo, wrestling, and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So he's very familiar with it. At least how good he is, I don't know, but familiar enough to where he's actively training, and that's what at least AI is telling me here. So I do remember him talking about wrestling, specifically leading up to one of his fights with Tyson Fury, because he figured Tyson was going to try to grab him and lay on him, and he was trying to basically figure out, learn some techniques to get out of clinches and basically not allow Fury to lay on him to get his back up against away from the ropes, so forth. So it's not like he hasn't incorporated that in his training before. Now, against somebody like Jon Jones, who's been doing it for a much longer time, who the hell knows? That seems like it seems like quite a risk. Again, Jon Jones is, from what Dana White is saying, has arthritic fucking hips at this point. So who knows how he is physically, especially with being out of the cage or out of action for such a long time. I still kind of get the impression like um, the Wilder fight is more plausible. Usyk himself has said that he kind of wants to fight him, and it seems like more of a formality at this point. He wants to get everybody that was the top guy at one time there recently, I should say. He's already beaten Fury, he's already beaten Joshua, so Wilder's kind of the last guy, and Wilder is coming off of a win, of course. So that one seems like it's most likely to happen. Even based off of what Eddie Hearn said, talking about that fight already happening. So when I heard that his manager name dropped Jon Jones, it seemed like, what the hell? It was kind of out of nowhere. But yeah, he didn't specify whether it's going to be in a ring or a cage or not. So maybe there's some legitimacy to it.
I also think for a UFC fighter to take out someone like a Usyk caliber fighter, you need to be younger. I think the MMA fighter takes way more damage than a boxer does. And I haven't met or heard a veteran UFC fighter not talk like he hasn't slowed down a few notches. I don't know where Jon Jones is, but obviously his hips have slowed down. His legs are no longer the same. They need to be younger to beat someone like Usyk. I don't know if it's Jon Jones. He's got some wear and tear on that body and a lot of elbows and knees to the head. So, yeah, I would like to fight. Unfortunately, Dana didn't even make it exciting for a UFC. I wouldn't, because he said that would be their perfect moment to be like, oh yeah, but Dana said 2 months ago his knees were gone and blah, blah, blah. That's why he lost tonight. And then we're back to square one, right? And all we did was fight the guy that was about to leave anyways. It's got to be a champion on champion. It's got to be young versus young or champion on champion. It can't be fucking guy who hasn't fought in the UFC for years come back and fight in the UFC against a world-class striker like Usyk. So I don't even like the fight. It's not even exciting me right now. It really isn't. Jon Jones isn't him. I mean, he could blame Dana White for that.
Do you think Dana knew that? Do you think Dana might have gotten like some sort of inclination? Yeah, caught wind that there might have been some sort of interest there, and he's like, "Shit, let me go ahead and try to like drench this before it catches fire at all."
Dude, dirty move. That's what he did, but it's working because it's not a legit win. We have the the health report on you, bro, and it don't look good.
Right.
2 hip replacements? Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, dude, he's broken a toe in the cage. That should look nasty as fuck. He got armbarred by Vitor Belfort. He didn't tap, but that arm looked bad. He's pretty beat up. And when you say, like, MMA fighters tend to take a lot more punishment, it's mainly physical. I mean, yes, they do get up here, but the boxers get it up here because there's where all the punches are coming. For MMA guys, it's their knees, it's their ankles, it's their fucking elbows.
But Miguel, they take elbows and knees during practice. I've seen those guys.
Well, to the head.
To the head, yes. I mean, when these guys are trained, nah, dude. I've seen way too many MMA fighters that all sound like Tommy Hearns, bro. Like, what the, like, no, that's no comparison, dude. They got a real problem over there, and it's because of the fucking elbows and the knees and shit never stop. They never stop. It's not as hard, but if you're constantly doing it every day, and that's what you're just training for, no, it's gonna have a total effect on you more. They ain't fighting with headgear on. I don't see that, right?
No, I don't think so.
I don't see them train, but the pros, you see them with headgear on when they're sparring. You know what I'm saying? And usually they're sparring. I don't know. All I'm saying, dude, is they have a real issue over there with that CTE shit. Jon Jones is like in his 40s. I'm sure he's not shooting as fast as he used to shoot. That's all. For you guys, MMA guys, to win this fight, you must take this fucking dude down. You have to be quick enough to get that shot off, to get him to the ground, keep him on the ground. Remember, these are
what about kicks? What about kicks? Like kicks to the legs?
First, if they don't, that's such a pussy ass move. I hate the kick. No, I really do. I hate the kick to the leg. That used to make you a coward in school. You do know that, though, right? The kid that kicks in school used to be a coward.
We're not at school anymore. We're not at school.
Yeah, I know. We act like that's man shit now.
The cat
seriously kicking a guy in the ankle? Yeah, what you do? What you gonna do? Yeah, I'm getting you, huh, dog? I'm getting you. Come on, that's some.
But it's part of the fight game. It's part of the fight game. Those Muay Thai kicks. That shit hurts. It's not like
Muay Thai is different than what I'm seeing inside.
Well, yeah, but you get my point. I mean, those kind of kicks, kicks to the legs to the point where they start bringing their hands down, and then a kick comes to the top. So it's not the only hope, but definitely is their best shot, I would say.
I can guarantee you, if a guy's all he's going to do to a boxer is kick him to a leg, I expect that boxer to just go backwards the whole night. I really do. And there's nothing anyone can say about it because it's a fight, right? It's a fight.
Oh, yeah, it's a fight, yeah.
Come fucking get him then. But I'm just moving backwards. I'll never let you plant your feet to get that kick off solid. So that's all I'm going to do here. It's a distance game, and no one knows it like boxing. That's what so many of you guys are underestimating on this night. You think it's going to be the fights that you're usually seeing where dudes are just eyes closed, arms flying, like it's like, oh, who's gonna land first? What the fuck? That's all you're cheering for. I've watched it over and over and over again. Everybody's cheering for the one shot. There's no technique. It's like, oh shit, oh, they're throwing. Get out of here. Boxer's gonna keep going. Everyone will be booing, but I thought it's a fight. Bum rush him. As soon as you bum rush him, your ass is probably taken out.
Well, if he's moving back, getting kicked, 3 rounds go by and he loses the fight, no?
No, but how is he going to kick him? The guy's
shit.
Get there. I'm telling you, that jump back of a boxer is so fast. It's a cat-like reflex, dog. It's going to be a boring fight, but that's the only way. You're not going to stand there and let a man just chop you down, right? So you're going to sit there. You're going to play with them. As soon as he kicks, jump back. As soon as he kicks, jump back. That's all we're going to see. Do we get no defensive points for making him miss his pussy shot?
No, for sure. But if you're on defense the whole time, you're not winning the fight. You're backing up the whole time, and ultimately, the round goes by. Yeah, that's going to help because remember, not all boxers.
I think it's a win for a boxer. I think it's a win for a boxer. If you can't get him to the, if you can't get him to the ground, if you can't do what you guys said he was going to happen from day one, if that doesn't happen, win for the striker, right? I'm just saying, like, you can say it how you want, but the story of their idea of this crossover fight is the guy's going to take him down or the guy's going to chop his legs out from under him. So let's see it. Let's see it. I see you got me worked up. You got me worked up anyways, Miguel. I told you I wasn't excited for it, and you watch. By the end of the time, like, fuck that. I got $100, Usyk.
Yeah. It started off with, let's see it. At the end of the night, be like, no, fuck that. I told you. I fucking told you. We gotta fucking see it. It would be something for this fight to actually take place in a cage. Although it just, I don't know. Usyk does seem like the kind of crazy dude who would just go out and fucking do it just to be like, yo, I tried it. I mean, I'm even hearing Regis Prograis saying he wants to do bare knuckle shit or MMA stuff. Of course, he's way past his prime. We're talking about different
He's
things,
way past his prime.
we're seeing
That's
talk.
That's another guy, Miguel. I don't think he has reflexes. You know that little jump back I'm talking about?
No, his legs, yeah. If he can't do that in the regular boxing fight, in a boxing bout, he's not doing that on, barefoot on a fucking, on a floor canvas.
James Tony freaking, what was his name? Oh, yeah, fucking ding ding, down he went. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Yes, unfortunately. Yes. Oh, James, we miss you, James. Yeah, no, but that makes sense. Hopefully, there's some clarity here soon, and they did say, or at least according to the manager, they want to do it by the end of the year. So shit, it's early July, literally the first of it. So hopefully, we get something happens maybe in the fall or something.
And look, I don't want to dog Deontay out. We talked about their fight last week or on Sunday's show about the money. I don't know where the money's at for that one. To me, it looks like everybody makes way too much money. Why the crossover fight works, Miguel, is because you could put that thing on they can make their own promotional company, the Jon Jones Usyk fight promotional card, and it would sell 1 million buys probably on whatever streaming app they went to. So that fight generates its own money to pay them 13 million. I'm not saying they're going to make Floyd versus Conor money, but they'll make Wilder versus Usyk money, guaranteed, bro, on their own. You know what I'm saying? So the Wilder fight to me is harder to make, easier in the way that if they had a promoter that said, wait a minute, I'll give you guys a guaranteed purse for this fight, then yes, it's easier to make. But if you don't have that promoter that's ready to invest on a one-night thing, this is a one-night fight. You're going to get these two guys and you got to flip. I'm going to say about 13 million before you make a profit. Who wants to invest? Right? Maybe they call Jake.
Do you think Turkey would be interested in this at all? I mean, he has worked with Usyk before, of course, so it's not like it's it's like this foreign to him. He knows how he works. I don't know if he'd be willing to invest in something like this, but do you think that's something that would interest him?
He's given Usyk a lot of free money if he does this one with them. He gave him the kickboxer, right, in Egypt. It's pretty big payday, pretty big background, big expense on the production of that fight. To give him another easy payday like Wilder, he would have to come in at a cheap price. He can't, it'd have to be the 10 million that I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like there will be no 20, 25 mil. That's BS. He just gave him that for the kickboxer. And then once again, what we said is it would also be about what does Turkey get in return? If he puts this on in Riyadh, will it make 13 million? You know, I don't know. I don't know what the gate sales would be. The live gate would be with Wilder out there if he brings any fans from America out there at this age, at this point of his career. And then on Usyk's side, he might bring some fans, but is the gate going to make back enough money for Turkey to profit? And remember, Turkey's not a small fish. They're probably not looking for $5 million in return, where some regular promoter, a small fish in America, right, would be like, yeah, if I invest 13, make 20 million back, fuck, we're good. Let's go. Like that might be good for them. You know what I'm saying? But for some company like Riyadh,
no, and according to this, they're looking to do it in the U.S. So that's what it seemed like, at least according to the manager. So it wouldn't be there; it would have to be here. I don't know. I'm trying to remember right offhand if Usyk has fought in the U.S. before, but I mean, it seems like they know that they can get that there's a market here more so than over there, at least for this fight.
And then it would be maybe Top Rank if they have money left. This might be a fight you can flip to put on some of your younger talent, right? You give them on the big stage with a name like Usyk. Maybe someone like Top Rank has the money to bring that fight to America, but Golden Boy, I don't think has the stable to put on this fight, or where it'd be worth to put up that kind of money and possibly not make it back. You know, there's no guarantee that the money comes back. Usyk is kind of up in the air as a ticket seller, and we all know Wilder kind of tapped out probably a few years ago. I'm sure he has some fans, but nothing like what it was when he was the Bronze Bomber. You know,
Mhm.
so yeah. Oh, PBC. Okay, PBC, Al Heyman. If he can work a deal, dude, he's got the ties with Wilder. There's a promoter that might be able to throw this because he has money. He stole Floyd for millions. We know that. That's in a piggy bank somewhere. And then he has the relationship with Wilder, and they have the pay-per-view market.
Do you think they still have a good relationship with Wilder? I mean, considering that Wilder's kind of a former PBC, I guess I don't know if he's still associated with him, and because I don't see their logo on any of the banners on any of his new fights or recent fights. But I wonder if the relationship is still okay.
Or if he's just a manager.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's where it's that whole manager relationship that turns into the PBC fight card, probably. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, "Oh, what? You need a promoter? I got that too. Hold on."
Yeah.
Puts on his other cap.
Yeah. Or like, let me call my son-in-law real quick. He'll come and he'll come and work the card just because he's like, yeah, wear this hat for tonight. Okay. There.
And that could work too, because if Usyk was really in it just to finish the era, then all of the pay-per-view percentages is what gets him his purse, not guaranteed. His purse, though. Maybe he tells them, I'll give you a higher percentage if you take a lower guaranteed purse. Take a guaranteed of 5 million, 8 million, and then the rest they'll put on the pay-per-view. Then you attach someone on the bottom of that. At least PBC has a bunch of guys that have been on pay-per-view already, and the PBC is good for what, 11 million coming back?
Yeah, at least that.
Yeah.
And then funny that you mentioned De La Hoya, because it did occur to me some years back, I think 2018, that Oscar tried MMA. He tried an MMA card with the third Liddell and Ortiz fight, which I attended. I still have the fight card. It was pretty cool. I mean, I was there. I was just geeking out to be there. But to say, because as a member of media, at least it was fucking fun as hell. I knew the fight was going to be a total dud, and ended up being that way regardless. But it was cool. He gave it a shot. So. Doesn't seem.
When you say he, who do you mean?
Oh, Oscar. Like the card was kind of
gave it a shot.
Yeah, Oscar gave it a shot, like putting an MMA card together with as many names as he possibly could, and he got Tito and Chuck 3 as the main event. A couple of fighters on the undercard who went on to fight in the UFC that I recognize their names, so he has some sort of eye for talent at least. But anyway, yeah.
Hey, so, who won?
Huh?
Who won?
Oh, US.
No. Who won that's cool though. I'm glad USA won.
Oh shit. Liddell. I'm sorry. Not Liddell. No. It was, what's his name? It was fucking, my bad. I meant to say Ortiz. Ortiz. I mean, Liddell can't take a punch anymore. It was they threw down really briefly. It ended in the first round. I want to say the second that Ortiz landed, Liddell went down. That was it. It was, and then of course Ortiz celebrated like his fucking mama, had just won the lottery or something like that. But it was bad. It was like you can tell these dudes are, and it's not the fact that you can tell, for a fact they were way past their prime. And Liddell, with all the knockouts that he had leading up to his exit of the UFC, he couldn't take a shot anymore. So it wasn't the same chin essentially.
Wow, that's too bad.
Yeah, it was pretty. And then I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. It was really short. But yeah, Ortiz got the tiebreaker, I guess, because it was the third fight. So technically, he won. He outlasted Chuck Sanchez the fuck he did.
Well, there was never too much up there to lose, anyways, for Ortiz. That's why he lasted longer, bro.
And you see his head, his chin. I'm sure that fucker, he can take a shot. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right. You're right.
But yes, side note, the US did just win. The game is over. So 2-0 is how it ended. And on they go. This is the elimination, a single elimination from here on out, right? So
they don't play on Saturday, do they?
I don't think so. What's today? Today's Wednesday. No, I don't. I think they already have the games like planned out. I don't think it's them. Not that quickly, at least.
All right, because I think England plays, and we were supposed to play England on July 4th. If somehow it would have worked out that way, they were saying it was potential England and America were going to play on July 4th. But I think England already has their opponent.
Oh, damn. So England just won today, as a matter of fact, I think,
Yeah.
and they were fucking losing, dude.
Yep.
This World Cup is crazy, man. There's like a lot of champs, like I mean, Germany getting eliminated, stuff like that. Like the strong guys, like looking bad. I mean, hell,
Yep.
Mexico beating Ecuador was kind of an upset, man, because Ecuador is pretty legit. So it's crazy that the big ones are falling. But yeah, as far as I can tell here, it's not coming up on my phone, but U.S. Just winning today. I don't think they. Let me see it for knockout. Yeah, from what I can tell here, it's not showing me the Saturday games yet, at least. All right. So yes. Anything else we want to add to Usyk / Wilder / Jon Jones before we move on? Doesn't tickle your fancy, right, Andrew? As long as if it's in a boxing ring, it has to be in a cage.
Yeah, it has to be in the cage. Yeah, I don't see. There's no reason to do the MMA boxing thing anymore.
Yeah.
Right. We always come to the same argument. So
yeah,
I'm over it. And go ahead.
I was gonna say, wouldn't it be crazy if they decided to do Usyk and Wilder in a cage, like not in the boxing fucking fight, but in a cage? That'd be some crazy shit. Seeing Wilder like hack the fuck out of him, right?
And his little ass legs, those things would get broken, bro.
Yeah.
Don't ankle kick Deontay Wilder, bro. You might be snap.
Or leg lock his ass, be like, crack that shit like a fucking stick. What were you gonna say before I cut you off? I think I wasn't sure you were gonna say something.
I think Saturday we got Panama, England, Croatia, Ghana, Colombia, Portugal, and Congo, Uzbekistan. Oh, and Algeria, Austria. Damn, there's hella games on Saturday. Jordan and Argentina. Oh no, that one's already done. Oh, this is June 27th. My bad. Keep it moving. My bad, bro.
No problem.
I'm like, hey, they got the scores on these games.
Man, it's like, oh shit, they got a fuck ton of games. Oh wait, this is like the last week's schedule.
If you're in your head, you're like, this guy's so stupid. when's he gonna get it? 5, 4, 3.
It's like just leave him by himself. He'll figure it out. He'll figure it out. Just don't interrupt it. You see the thought, it's going there. He'll get there. Like I promise, guys. Just he'll get there. He'll get there. No problem.
Not bad.
But to continue on the topic of heavyweights, so the IBF, this is a dope one. I was kind of excited. I'm pretty excited when I saw this here. But apparently the IBF decided that they needed to get their IBF championship on a heavyweight. So they decided to order Frank Sanchez versus Moses Itauma, if I can pronounce it right, Itauma, for the vacant IBF heavyweight title after Alexander Usyk has vacated it. Itauma is scheduled to fight Filip Hrgovic on August 29th on DAZN. Wow. So he's got a fight already scheduled, right? No problem there. But afterwards, if you guys remember, Frank Sanchez is coming off a pretty killer-ass knockout of Richard Torres a few months ago, last month or the month and a half ago, disaster. It was bad, and we were kind of hoping, on the topic of U.S. Americans, at least prospects, we're hoping that this will be like his coming out party for Torres, beating a guy, an established guy like Frank Sanchez, who's got himself, quite a bit of a name going, and he's very experienced, and he ends up mauling Torres. So anyway, that totally derailed that hype train, and he essentially became, a little bit more of a household name there, Frank Sanchez. But wow. I can't imagine him beating Itauma, though. I mean, shit, man. We suspected he had a really good shot against Torres, although we thought maybe Torres was going to be able to overcome it. But man, if he comes in there, if Sanchez comes in here and fucking, does maybe not knocks out, but beats Itauma, dude, this guy just back to back is a squashing fucking prospects here. Again, I doubt he'll do it, but this is a killer fight for heavyweights.
It's an excellent fight, and this is this is what a vacant title used to look like, right? Those are two notable names coming off a big win, huge win. Yes, no, I absolutely the guy that wins that, not a paper champ. That's not a paper champion. Yeah, he didn't get the legacy fight versus Usyk, but that's a damn good vacant title shot right there against them too. Because Frank Sanchez has been around for a while. We all knew he was going to get his shot at some point. He got it with Torres, and he fucking capitalized, man. Moses is good. Moses is still young though too. You know, you're messing with the tricky veteran there with Sanchez. You know, can't be too green. He shows he knows how to expose the greenness.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pulling up Itauma right now. I'm not sure. I mean, I know he's gone the distance, but I don't know if he's gone like 12 rounds or 10 rounds. I'm looking at some of his. Oh, damn it! I hate that.
I know
Box
BoxRec
Rec
is
doesn't
totally
give me a
whack now.
yeah, what the fuck is that about? Damn it. But anyway, yeah, it's oh, here it is. Finally, regular Wikipedia. So I'm pulling it up right now, just to kind of get an idea. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, as of right now, he's only been scheduled for 10, and only in past fights when there were 6 rounds did he go the distance. So hey, this might be very winnable for Frank
Yes.
Sanchez. Maybe he won't be able to do what he did to Torres here, but to be able to, like, school the young guy and take him into deep waters, take him into the 9th, 10th, 11th round, championship rounds eventually. Damn, I mean, I can't imagine what the odds are going to be for this one, but very, very winnable for Frank Sanchez.
Yeah, and an excellent fight for Itauma if he's to pull that off.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. It would do for him what we thought was going to happen with the Torres. If Torres would end up getting the victory, we would have been like, all right, this is an established guy now. But this is a great fucking fight, and of course, he has to get back past this Philip Hergovich first in August, which we presume he will. But stranger things have happened, right? And hopefully, nothing spoils.
Frank Warren talked about a huge fight he was putting on the undercard of someone's. Whose fight is he work? Remember that? Frank Warren just released that last week. He's got like big news coming. I wonder if it's this because Moses has been on the undercard of Frank Warren's bout. So he's not, and that looks like a great main event. If you're gonna have a killer main event, I'm trying to think of who you'd have in the main event though. What fight he was talking about. Because I know it's not Fury AJ. Do you think it's Fury AJ? Do you think this could land on the?
I mean, it's let me see here, August, September, October, November. Well, okay, so they're thinking Fury and AJ is going to be sometime in November in the fall. This fight here that what's his name, Itauma has is in late August. That's kind of
that's too short.
I don't think they'll do it unless maybe they push it to December. If they're okay with pushing the fight to December, then maybe that's a little bit extra more time, and he can get it. They can get it going there, which wouldn't be a bad idea. If this is what they're trying to do, that would be a stacked, main event and co-main event to go that direction. Because I'm sure AJ and Fury aren't exactly hurting for money to get back in the ring quickly, so they are okay with waiting until December, I would think. As a matter of fact, isn't that when he fought? When AJ fought, or when he beat Jake Paul? That was last December, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say I think both of them have fought in December because remember Tyson came out with the Mariah Carey Christmas song.
Oh yeah, right? That's true. Yeah.
So they both fought in December before. Dude, that'd be crazy. That's gonna be one of the biggest cards UK ever put on if it's this as the co-main event to AJ and Fury. What a huge fight,
Frank,
and what a
if
huge.
You're listening, Frank, I know you'll watch the show. Please listen to us. We called it many times before. Let's wait till December. Let's give these guys plenty of time and have that be on the same card, please.
And talk about a build-up.
Oh yeah,
right.
Shit, yeah, that'd be awesome. Let's hope they go that direction. Who knows if they will, but without going too deep, because of course this is still down the line. We still have Itauma, but if you had to, Andrew, if you had to guess right now, who do you think will come out of that? I know that Moses is going to be the heavy favorite on the odds, of course, but just a very, very early prediction.
Early prediction, I will say Itauma is too young. He's powerful. Dude, I gotta watch it. I gotta watch him over. Because Frank made me a believer in that Torres fight, right? So before I say who I think will win, I want to watch Itauma over again to see if there's any gaps. Because Sanchez is a veteran that knows how to expose those. Excellent fight though. Yeah. He's been knocking out everyone, dude. I think he had 2 knockout of the year candidates this year, right? Didn't he do 2 guys back to back? Itauma?
Yeah.
He hit one on the uppercut one.
Oh, yes.
I
remember that one.
Yeah, so I know he's exciting. He's on the way up. But great fight. Great fight. Yeah, I would have to study it before I make a pick on that. Because I did say Torres. It was not a good matchup. The Torres Sanchez one. I didn't like it. Did not expect him to cake him the way he did, but wasn't surprised. His Torres was a little bit sloppy when he was fighting, especially on the ropes. And yeah, that was a bad night for him. He's been very quiet on social.
Are you trying to say he hasn't woken up yet? That's what you're trying to say? That he's still out on that canvas, ducks right into the fucking punch, but in that direction. But interesting, very interesting fight. I'm hoping that actually gets made, and the IBF has ordered it, right? So I guess Frank Sanchez. I don't know if maybe Sanchez wants to have one fight between now and then, or he just anticipates waiting the whole time. I mean, he's an older guy, so I don't know how much if that will benefit him to just kind of wait. He's already got the title shot secured to some degree, right? So I don't know if he wants to risk it or anything like that. But considering his age, I don't know.
I found it. Round 16. Saturday.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
July 4th. I'm so stupid. It's July 4th. I was all reading June. So dumb. Canada, Morocco, 10 a.m. in the morning. Paraguay and France, 2 p.m. So boxing might have got a pass there. Boxing's coming on later, dude. So we're missing the World Cup because it says the next two games are on Sunday, the 5th. Oh. Mexico, England, Brazil, Norway is Sunday. So we might have no World Cup to battle against on the TNT card. That's very cool because now you're rolling your whole day into sports, right? Ooh, that's a parlay city. That's parlay city.
Are you saying a trip to Reno?
I wonder if my kids want to see fireworks from a casino.
Have you guys ever seen fireworks off a casino tower? It's fantastic.
If I get the pool,
yeah, you're right. What did you guys do that before? I could have sworn. What did you put on a ladder or something? What was that? You sent the video.
Yeah. I pull out the 6 foot and 8 foot ladder, put a board in between them. You gotta make safe unsafe somehow, dude.
It's like we're gonna put it higher so it lands further, but wear the helmets, guys. Wear the helmets.
The cops like this dad's a dick.
Yeah. Let's imagine that cops calling in. It's like, oh, we got some sort of scaffolding or something here in the middle of the street. You might want to come and check this out.
And you gotta light them fast too, because one starts flying, bro. You can only stay there for so long. You gotta get off. So you gotta be fast with the light. Get all 3 of the fountains at one time.
Did you ever see that funny meme of like Apollo Creed, right? It's like you on July 3rd, and then it's the same actor, I forget his name, Carl Weathers in Happy Gilmore with his missing fingers. Like this is after July 4th because of the fireworks, right? It's right. Like, that shit had me rolling when I first saw that. In case you guys, I'm sure there'll be plenty of that this weekend, so keep your eyes out for those funny memes. I'm going out of order because I'm looking at my sheet here. We haven't talked about Tyson Fury yet, have we? Or did I already mention it?
No.
Okay. I might have scrolled further and went straight to Usyk and Wilder. So Tyson Fury, this one kind of is a little strange. He officially announced his next fight, if you want to call it that, against one Marius Watch. Now, if that name doesn't ring a bell, that's understandable. He is 46 years old. He has, however, quite the record. If you guys pull him up on his Wikipedia here, which I did, he has had basically like a who's who of people in his like resume of people that he's fought. Lost mainly, of course, mind you, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at his record here. 39 wins, 13 losses.
Ooh.
All right. But with losses against such names as Moses Itauma, the aforementioned, Fraser Clark, Makhmudov, the guy who just fought Fury, Dillian White, Martin Bacoli. He's lost to all these dudes. He's fought all these motherfuckers. Jarrell Miller, Big Baby Miller. He's fought these guys and he's lost them. So this guy is obviously way past his prime, 46 years old. And as a matter of fact, if you look him up on YouTube, you'll see him in a 3-on-1 MMA fight against 3 influencers. He's one of those kind of guys doing.
Did he win?
Oh, I think he did actually. I didn't see
God.
the results. I just saw that he partook in them, but whether or not, yeah, and I think he did. I saw a quick clip, and he was just like swatting those fucking poor dudes. He was running around, but those guys were out of shape too, and they're just influencers, so it's not like they know how to fight much. But
How many knockouts does he have in boxing? 39, 13, and what?
20. Yeah. So 20 by KO. And if you've heard / read what Tyson Fury is saying about this fight, he says this great fight will not be streamed live. Okay, it will only be broadcast on my hit Netflix TV show, At Home with the Furies Season 3. Now, I'm not precisely sure what exactly that means, because as I understand it, of course they're going to air it live. I mean, maybe it's going to be included in an episode, but it's still supposed to be live as far as I understand it. Everybody, from what I've read, it seems to be some sort of exhibition fight. So I don't think it's going to be a legitimate fight per se, which I guess I'm not sure. I have to assume it's just to make sure that nothing happens, that he ends up winning. AJ's fight is going to be a legit one. Of course, he's going to be fighting on the 25th of July against Christian Pranga. But in addition to all this weirdness, number one, his opponent. Number two, that is going to be part of his At Home with the Furies Season 3, but it's going to be in Thailand. That's what the hell? I don't know. If you're going to do an exhibition, at least do it in your home country. You know, do it for your guys. Don't go to Thailand for it. It seemed kind of strange. There's one more oddity that's attached to this fight. But before I get to that last one, Andrew, is this kind of weird? Fighting this dude, sort of, kind of, I guess, in Thailand in a fight that supposedly won't be streamed live, but rather be part of his TV show?
I love the TV show. Let's not talk shit about the TV show. No, I'm only in season 2. Of course it's phony. Like, dude, it's a exhibition fight. It's in Thailand. It's not even gonna have a main live streaming app. Who's paying for this? I hate that I'm constantly saying this nowadays. But Miguel, what? Maybe Netflix? Maybe it's Netflix is like, we'll give you an extra 500,000. You guys want to do a fight in the backyard? Is that
part of the show?
Are ratings down? They're like, maybe if you fight, someone in the UK will watch. I don't know. I like the show. Look, his daughter. I haven't seen these episodes yet. I seen her getting engaged and all that. He meets the young man. But his daughter got married at a very young age. Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, she's like 16, 15, 16, something like that, bro. And she got married.
How the hell is that even legal?
I guess over there it is. The parents' consent and everything else. Yeah.
Oh boy, that's gonna end. Well, hopefully not, but that's gonna end bad.
Oh no, it's already been. Yeah, they've already been caught arguing. She's been caught crying in public. And dude, his dad was a boxer. I think her husband's father was a boxer. I'm like, dude, that sucks for him because he's not Tyson Fury, right?
Right.
So Tyson's like, I'm gonna beat your ass. There's nothing the dad could do about it because he was a boxer. So he's like, well, fuck. Not like he's picking on someone not his own size. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, the husband's dad's a boxer, but maybe the ratings are low. No, look, it's a bullshit fight. They're doing it the day before. Did you already say that?
I haven't said that, but that was the last one.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
It's going to be taking place in Thailand, which is fucking strange as it is. And they're doing it on the 24th of July, literally the day before Anthony Joshua fights Christian Pranga on the 25th. It's going to be that one's scheduled to be on the 25th. So it's like, let me go ahead and throw this in here of a curveball. I'm fighting a 46-year-old guy. We're doing it in Thailand. It's not going to be aired live. It's going to be on my show. And pal, just the last little nail in the coffin, it's going to be 24 hours before Anthony Joshua has his legit fight.
And like, who's there connect in Thailand that's setting this all up? It's so weird, bro. I feel like I'm not living enough, Miguel. What the fuck? Tyson Fury's just going to Thailand and throwing a fight. Come on now. Like, who's his source down there? You know what I mean? He's like, I got a guy. Calls this dude in Thailand. I need a gym. set this up. Netflix is like, what the fuck, Tyson? Why do we have to go to Thailand? Got to take the whole camera crew over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and apparently that this particular stadium is kind of like big. It's called the Max Muay Thai Stadium, Pattaya. That's like the name of the fucking or where it's at, but that's the name of the stadium. I guess it's pretty like world known for like
Okay.
hosting Muay Thai fights. So they're doing it at a venue that's well known, but it just seems so like out of left field.
Yeah.
We all knew he was gonna have some sort of preparation leading up to this AJ fight later on this year, but this just seems such a farce. It's like, yo, I know you're trying to stay active and everything like that, but at least even if you're fighting this fucking 46-year-old dude, at least legitimately whoop his ass, like not try to make it this whole sideshow shit over there. I wonder if Netflix had anything to do with it. Like, one of the episodes here on your TV show has to be in Thailand, FYI. Oh, let's start a fight over there. Fuck it. All right, that works. Episode season 3 or whatever. It just seems unlike him. That almost like he didn't have any control of this. He's like, oh yeah, we got to do it over here. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I wonder if he was in touch with that IV boxing guy. This sure does seem like one of his game plans.
Yeah, it does. It does. And what's crazy? They just announced this, right? Literally a few days ago. It's this month. It's 3 weeks away. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like holy crap. It's not like, all right, we're going to have a preparation fight sometime in late August to have some sort of training camp. We literally already in the month that this is going to happen, the 24th. So clearly this isn't going to be a legit fight. It's going to be some sort of just
staged
exhibition. Yeah, staged, right?
I think it's even staged, Miguel. That guy, he has 13 losses. He's lost to everyone. Like, come on. This is just an extra check at this point, especially if he gave him a nice lump sum of money to take a few blows, go down. But I think it's a staged fight. I don't even think that's going to be real. That's why it's in Thailand. No, what commission is watching that one?
And what is accomplished by making this fight or putting it on the day before AJ fights? Like, what? Nobody's gonna watch it, right? I mean, it's not like you're trying to take eyeballs away from it. If you're trying to compete to any degree, you're not. But I don't get what exactly the point of it, other than what, self promotion, I guess. Because I mean, that just seems goofy to try
I think the show needs views, dude. I think I might be onto something there with that. The Netflix maybe said, how can we spike this viewership numbers, and what better way to put his fight before? Hey, because I'm talking Netflix UK, right? I'm not talking Netflix in America. But what bigger way to get Netflix numbers to go through the roof would be to put on this? And Netflix UK would be smart to put on an AJ Tyson Fury build-up show before this thing.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, geez, that just but they couldn't have just done that any other the next weekend or anything like that. Like,
I know,
had to be 24
or
hours
put behind the scenes, maybe. Like, you know what I'm saying? You remember how Showtime used to do that behind the scenes after the fight was done the next week? It was very short. Remember that? It was a short period of time, but they used to do that. Those were pretty cool. They were cool shows. So I don't know why they didn't do something like that, but I don't see what else the purpose is, but what you just said, self-promotion and Netflix trying to freaking get a view off of this whole thing.
Man, that's so weird. I was looking at this dude, Marius Watch. Apparently his last 2 fights, so twice he's fought and 1 versus 3 MMA fights against influencers. I pulled it up and I'm like, okay, I guess, yeah. And then he's got these like, they have these fake tattoos on that are like, I guess, advertisements or something, kind of like, when Bernard Hopkins had Poker Palace or something like it was, and then on his back. Anyway, but it's weird as fuck. It's just such a crazy.
Go ahead.
Oh, he's had a regular one-on-one MMA fight. I guess they had a draw. Yeah, they're basically trying to get money however he can, and I guess he landed himself a nice little payday here with Tyson Fury.
He was supposed to be in a big fight a long time ago. I'm trying to think if it was Roy Jones. His name is really familiar, and I know he's been in with a lot of guys where he's taken losses, but like I remember his name having meaning. Like he was a contender at one point who was supposed to be in a big fight. Maybe he was and he lost. I'd have to look up the record, but
Yeah, he once challenged for the unified WBA, IBF, WBO, and IBO heavyweight titles in 2012. Let me go see who the hell that he fought in 2012. That it was, but he fought for the belts once at least. 2012. Got to scroll way the fuck down here. Vladimir Klitschko.
there you go. There you go. Yeah, I remember. I remember his name being more significant than what we're what we're saying about him right now. Unfortunately, but yeah, that's it. It's a Klitschko Welch fight.
Yeah, and I mean, even I started scrolling back even further. Kevin McBride, he's fought that dude. I mean, we're kind of familiar with him, right?
Tyson.
Yeah, Alexander Povetkin, we're familiar with him. So these guys, he's Ty Fields, that freakish huge guy. So he back in the day, at least during the Klitschko era, he was relevant. Not so much anymore, of course, because he's in his late 40s or mid 40s at this point. But sideshow type of fight. Apparently, I don't know if they're gonna. No word on any details yet besides the location and date. But I wonder if they're gonna do like 16-ounce gloves or some fucking shit just to make sure no one gets really hurt.
That and it's staged. They're probably going to be doing a little sparring match more than anything. You're going to see Tyson probably acting obnoxious in this one. I guess you can't make it too much of a gimmick fight. Tommy might have been. Maybe Tommy's his connection. Tommy's kind of used to doing these fights, right? Maybe that rain bet thing. Is it them that maybe throw this on, put it on? Oh, no, because then they would want to stream it. I don't know what they're going to do about that streaming shit, about it only being on Netflix. Tommy's probably recording on a fucking cell phone.
Right.
Dad's the ref. John Fury's a ref.
He's the ref and the timekeeper and the judges and everything. Like just doing a one-man job there. If what this is saying is legit, that is not going to be aired, then it has to be completely insignificant, like to the point where it's going to be just an episode, a pre-taping of an episode of his fucking show, really. But the fact that they're announcing it this way is making it look like it's a legit fight when unfortunately it really isn't.
Yeah.
On top of
wait, is he going to be at the Joshua fight the next night? Thailand to Saudi Arabia. What's the plane flight on that shit? Because AJ told him he wanted him in the ring. Now, granted, I know that AJ didn't take the opportunity when Tyson asked him to come in. So maybe Tyson tells him to fuck off because he gave him the cold shoulder. But what's the time frame? What are we looking at?
7.5 to 8 hours. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Nope. We might have it.
Wow. Can you imagine? Hold on. I don't even know what the hell the time difference is. I wonder, because you have to go through the fight or whatever exhibition, then, hit the shower, get ready, hop on the private plane, and then bolt or whatever to get there in time for whenever prime time is for Saudi Arabia. I'm sure you can do it. I mean, if anybody can pull it off, it's going to be Tyson. But man, it just seems like, and then the last thing that I was going to add is that the fact that there's no training camp really for it. It's just like, all right, between now and then, it's like, we 3 weeks of just fucking jogging or something just to kind of get ready for it so you don't look like a complete flat slob in the ring.
I was just going to say that Tyson's about to look hella fat, bro. He's 400 pounds is about to be coming. Watch. Holy shit. Him with no training camp, dude, that's a flabby Tyson.
I wonder if he's going to be wearing a T-shirt. Just so it doesn't look, because I mean, what kind of promotion is that? You're going to look like crap in the ring against a dude who's 46 years old. I can't imagine you're going to be physically looking great. Like, if you're not going to even have a training camp, you might want to put on the damn rash guard or something.
That's funny. Fucking T-shirt in a boxing match.
Right. Who was it that put on a T-shirt? Was it Foreman? I forgot. Some heavyweight who was like who was very ashamed of his physique, put on a T-shirt when he hopped on the fucking scale. Some heavyweight. I forgot who it was. Some old time heavyweight. But yes, 24th. So this is kind of a bit of a side note, but look at the fights that we have for July. It's just July 1st, right? But we have this weekend with the aforementioned Abdullah Mason and Albert Bell. and Bruce Carrington and Rene Palacios. That's going to be on the July 4th weekend. Then on the 20th, I don't know who this is. Guys, by all means, school me. Kenshiro Teraji against Israel Gonzalez. That's going to be, I guess, a bantamweight bout that's somewhat significant. But that's going to be on the 20th. On the 24th, we have this Tyson Fury fight. On the 25th, we have Anthony Joshua and Prenga. And also the 25th, Errol Spence and Tim Tszyu, the same night. Obviously the Joshua fight is going to be earlier in the morning for us. And then the Spence and Tszyu fight is going to be in Australia. So it might even be the next morning. I'm not sure how it works, or maybe it's Friday night. I forget how that works. But anyway, that's going to take place then. And then on the 26th, we have Zuffa Boxing with Edgar Berlanga and Richardson Hitchens making their Zuffa debut. It's quite a funny, we got a couple of sideshow fights here in July, but holy hell, we have quite the schedule for July.
Yeah, I mean, it's entertainment. If you like boxing, not the A side of the sport, you know what I mean? But possibly entertaining, because AJ, didn't you say he's fighting a power puncher?
Yes.
And we looked that guy up. Yeah.
So 20 with 20 wins, 1 loss, and all 20 by KO.
Yeah, just an Eddie Hearn matchup right there. Then Tszyu versus Spence, we know is going to be a barn burner. Spence can't see. Tszyu doesn't move his head. Tyson Fury is going to be a sideshow. So, yeah, it's not our best. I'm really interested in the Zuffa card, Berlanga and Hitchens. This is their first legit card. It's not a pay-per-view thing. It's not on that level, but I mean, those are two very big fighters in the boxing world, because I can't consider them prospects anymore. They're both big names in the boxing world. It's gonna be cool to see how Zuffa pulls this one off, what it looks like, the production, all of that. This is like Dana White's first two big signings that he's actually putting a fight on. They didn't just purchase a fight, you know what I'm saying? It's put her name behind it. So I'm interested in seeing Berlanga's return and where Hitchens is at now.
Yeah, and it's going to be significant also in the fact that it's not going to be at the UFC Apex or Meta Apex.
Yeah,
it's going to be at the theater at Madison Square Garden, which is that one over Infosys, I think is what it's called, Infosys Theater, next to Madison Square Garden in New York. That's pretty significant. They've had a couple of outside of the Apex events. This last one we'll talk about shortly here with Valenzuela and De Los Santos was at the Fontainebleau. So it's not exactly a humongous venue either. It's still a small theater, but it was outside of that Apex area. And then this one here specifically, I want to say you can fit like, I think 2,000 people in here, maybe like minimum at this fucking theater here next to MSG. So I mean, I think that's their biggest one. They did have the UK one, which I don't know how many people attended that one. But anyway, yeah, this might be considered the real coming out.
Yeah, at least in the American side, yeah. I mean, it's not only their coming out party, but it's because of the names they have on it. It's not in the Apex, it's at Madison Square. So interested. I bet you there'll be a lot of guys that are on the fence. Do I sign? Do I not sign? They're going to be watching this one to see how good it is, Yeah. Hopefully they both get wins. See, I gotta say, Dana kind of shot himself in the foot with that whole "I don't like undefeated fighters" shit, because these are like fights that you want your name guys to show up and actually win, so you can keep this ball going. You know what I mean? You don't want to buy the Madison Square Garden stepbrother or whatever, rent the venue, and then have both guys lose, right? So.
Berlanga already has losses, but Hitchens, you might want to preserve that guy. That guy at least, American undefeated former champion at 140. Maybe have him as a Zuffa welterweight champ or whatever the shit. But you might want to protect that dude a little bit. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and Berlanga too. He's undefeated with Zuffa, so you don't want him to come out with Zuffa and get a loss immediately. You know what I mean? His stock goes really down. So it's yeah, I'll be watching that card.
Yeah, what a weekend. 24th, 25th, 26th. Holy hell, it's a lot of fights at the end of the month. But yeah, definitely interesting month of boxing got coming.
So Tszyu, Spence, and the Zuffa card are on the same weekend?
Yes.
going to the casino.
I just I just don't know how the time works because the Sue Spence one is going to be in Australia, and I think they're a day ahead. So I don't know what time it's gonna air here, or is it for them the 26th, but for us the 25th? I'm not sure how that works
Okay,
exactly.
I'll have to check that out.
But definitely a road trip to the casino is in order.
Yep.
No doubt. Okay, moving on to the next topic. This one is not necessarily breaking news, but we all know that the WBO has ordered Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis for the WBO welterweight championship, as Haney is their belt holder. So that in and of itself isn't anything significant. However, or different, I should say. But what has been said, and I believe this was from the Ring magazine yesterday, their Instagram post, that not only have they officially ordered it, but both parties have 20 days to reach an agreement before going to purse bids. And this was yesterday. So now 19 days. At this point, they have, a little over a few weeks or a little under 3 weeks to come to some sort of agreement and see how they're going to, have this fight or make it, I guess, before it goes to a purse bid. I don't know who's going to bid on this, but, it is Devin Haney. He is the WBO champ, and it is Keyshawn Davis, another undefeated young American. This is a pretty hot fight. I'll be down and watch it. I know we all, at this point, are getting a little tired of the champions not fighting each other. No more than a year ago, we were like, fuck, man, these guys need to start fighting each other. And it looked like we were actually going to get it. Per what Andrew's thinking, maybe Turkey kind of pulled back on his dough a little bit, and now these fighters aren't that interested in unifying anymore. But this is they still got to defend the belts against their mandatories and whoever their sanctioning body, whatever belt sanctioning body they have, is going to have to demand. So I'm down for this fight. Andrew, do you think within 20 days these guys are going to be able to come to some sort of agreement?
Yes, if they both want to fight, 20-day, 3 weeks seems like enough time for the negotiating to hammer out a deal. If they don't, I might not be talking about Devin Haney or his father for a while, because I sure am tired of these two and their ongoing negotiating through the media, through their social media, and it leading nowhere. Raleigh, Ryan, who else? You could add Davis now to this name. I know I'm missing somebody, but this Devin Haney's been linked to was it Lopez? Was it Lopez? Teofimo? Were they close to? Wasn't his dad?
Might have been.
I think his dad was freaking talking shit about Lopez on that percentage thing too. But it just seems like that's all these two do.
Oh, Shakur.
Or Shakur. There you go. Yeah. There it is. I told you I was missing one, bro. Been a lot. I mean, his resume of negotiating fighters is way better than his actual resume. No, just fucking playing with you. But come on, man. We got to sign one of these, dude. I'm tired of all this fucking talk. You know what I mean? This is a little bit farther down the road with the whole WBO being behind it, making it a what'd you say?
Like a mandatory?
A mandatory. But they have to go to a purse bid? If
they don't do it within these 20 days, then they're gonna have to.
And Keyshawn is with Top Rank still, correct?
Yep.
All right, so they would be involved in the purse, and then maybe Matchroom might be involved. I know they don't have Haney, but because he fights on the zone, maybe Eddie Hearn's interested in throwing a bid on that fight. So they got money behind it. It's doable. We're a lot farther with this one than probably all the other names they've been throwing out there on their social media feeds. So yeah, no. Excellent fight. Look, Davis is young, but he's proven. I don't think he has the same. I don't think this has the same Zayas. Is he too green to go up against Haney? No. Davis looks ready. Haney obviously is ready. Excellent fight. Two guys in their prime if it does get made.
Yeah, and what the hell ever happened on the subject of Devin Haney and not officially of announcing or signing fights. What the hell happened with that Zuffa deal? Like, I thought it was a big deal. His pops came on social media and was like, 9 figures, 100, some get crazy ass number, right? And we're like, oh shit, still hasn't been really like announced. I have yet to hear Zuffa say anything. Is this part of that deal, or what? Like, what is it? Are they the ones maybe they're waiting for the damn purse bid, and then they're just, oh wait, the WBO said they weren't even going to allow Zuffa. So what the fuck? It's just it's weird as shit. Maybe they're not even going to allow it to get to that point. But whatever happened to that? Because that that quieted down real fast.
You're absolutely right on that. That was a bold freaking thing to say without that ink being dry. Because he was clowning people saying, "Oh yeah, my son at this age." Yeah, I remember
and
that.
And then saying like, y'all think we're dumb, but we landed the fucking biggest deal. So haha. What did that went away real fast, didn't it?
Dude, it's sort of like Ryan. It's sort of like Ryan. He put that out today. Did you see when he tweeted about I sensed you? Matter of fact, pull it up.
I got it up
because you got to read the comments, dude. But he pulled that up. Oh, Mexico is playing England on Saturday. Me and Connor on September 12th. And it's like, here we go again. Ryan's announcing this September 12th fight with Connor Ben. Have they called Oscar yet?
We don't claim Connor as Mexican. Oh boy! If Ben wins, he will join Chavez Jr. and Corey Spinks as sons of other stuff. But anyway, yes. Funny thing is, Ben speaks fluent Spanish.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know about fluent, but he was speaking really good on the mic the other day when they had that. Yeah, he started talking to all the Mexican fans, dude, when they were booing him. Yeah, he started speaking in Spanish. I don't remember if they started cheering, but you see, they lightened up on him a lot when he did.
Needles versus eggs. Oh damn! These fans are letting him have it. Mexico, Ryan can't even speak Spanish. Oh boy, they're letting him have it, man. Damn it, Ryan 60 times over the Austrian levels. Jeez, boy, more like.
Huh? I know they were giving it to him big time, dude.
Yeah, they were. I mean, even that one that you sent me where he had his WBC belt and all, Mexico'd out and stuff like that. Like, I mean, I get it, but you can afford some Rosetta Stone right now, bro, and get the damn Spanish going. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
At least try to win this over that way. Make the effort. You kind of already have a bit of an advantage. You got the last name, you got the ethnicity. I'm pretty sure the rolling of the R's might come in time, but it should become a little bit easier to you as opposed to other ethnicities.
No, you're definitely right, dude. If you're gonna play the role, you got to play the role. Actors learn other languages for roles. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Be a method actor.
Yeah, fucking get your ass into some classes, get a private, teacher, whatever you have to do. But you're absolutely right on that. You cannot claim for another country and not even be able to speak the language. That's fucking insane, dude. You look kind of weird doing shit like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm totally with that. Especially if Connor can do it. And then we've seen other guys, they learn English, right? They come over here. They got guys speaking 3 damn languages. We can't even learn one. Come on, Ryan.
Yeah. Do that for us at least.
But I love the first one. We don't claim Connor. That shit was hella funny. I was like, damn.
Oh boy. Yeah, but no, but that is, I don't know if this Haney and Davis is going to go to purse bid or not, but I don't know what happened to this damn mega deal that they were talking about, but we'll see what happens. 20 days from now, which will be later, something else is going to end up happening in July. 3 weeks from now, we're going to get some sort of information from the WBO in regards to this fight here. And it's kind of weird because sometimes we joke that belts are kind of associated with promoters anyway, and WBO tends to be the top ranked belt, so it makes sense they're going to try to get Keyshawn Davis all up in there. But hopefully a deal is made and we get this fight, because this is a pretty spicy fight. I'm down to watch it. Of course, I would much rather the champions unify at this point. If the money isn't there yet, well, tough shit, you got to unify at some point. But I guess the next best thing is for them to fight their mandatory. So there's that. Speaking of that, this is kind of a side story. I don't know if did you hear that Fundora is gonna have to fight somebody. He's gonna fight one of his mandatories before he fights Boots. I don't know if you heard about that, but I just happened to.
No, but it makes sense. It makes sense. I know Boots is all gun ho right now about wanting to jump right into the Fundora fight. I don't know, dude. You got to think about training camps, about the pressure that they were under going into this first big match. Do you really want to do that back to back? You know what I'm saying? Where Fundora is kind of coming in fresher. I would say no. I think they're going to take a fight in between. But that's me. You know, maybe they strike while it's hot. You know, that's. We will see who Ennis is. We will see who Ennis is in all this. I was a little surprised when they called out Fundora so fast. I didn't expect that, bro. I'm like, did you watch the fight over again?
Yeah. Like, have you seen how he's derailing Sue's career like a motherfucker?
Yeah, and then how much he got hit, bro. Like, dude, he's catching 3 left hooks in a row on some of those exchanges. Now, he does have exchanges where his head movement was great and Zayas missed 3 in a row. But we're not talking about those. We're talking how frequently Zayas did land when your hands were down. You're not going to get away with that all the time, man. Like, we'll see. We will see. But if I'm Fundora, I'm totally on today. I think anybody who Boots wants to give up those 2 titles to or give an opportunity to get those titles, I think they're all in. They're all in right now. Then there is no boogeyman with Ennis anymore. You know what you're getting. You got vulnerable chin. You got hands down. Yes, he's dog. Yes, he throws great power shots. You know what I'm saying? But we haven't seen him beat an angle yet. We haven't seen him beat, a pure boxer. Fundora is not a pure boxer. Oh, this is what I was going to nail you guys with. You know what Fundora is going to nail him with? Hands down, thinking this lean back is out of the way. And it's like 4 more feet on you.
Yeah.
Dude, remember Paul Williams, Winky right? Right?
Sure.
Dude, Paul Williams was sticking him. Winky was great at defense, but I believe that's the fight. Yeah, he was great at defense, but he kept thinking he was out of the distance and just kept getting hit. Bam, bam. That's what Fundora Ennis is going to look like because he relies so much on reflexes and doing the little lean back. You don't do that with Fundora. He's going to have to change all of that, dude. So, yeah, that's what I seen going into the Ennis fight with Fundora. That's what I thought about right away was his lean back with his hands down is not going to work with Fundora's reach, dude. Fundura's the type of fighter, you're 2 bounces away. Like, I'm good. Smack. What the fuck, dude? What was that?
Yeah, it's almost like you're putting yourself right at his fucking length. It's not even, be all the way in, be all the way out. But like they think they're out, and it's like literally the perfect fucking range for him to catch your ass. Interesting. But yeah, I saw that Sam Lukowitz, if I can pronounce the last name right, said Fundora's next fight will be a WBC mandatory challenger before he gets on to, and they said most likely 2027 against Boots. So I guess we'll have to wait on that.
Makes sense.
Makes
sense because the end of the year is really getting crowded too, right? We know we don't want these fights going in Vegas and stuff. It's very rare that you've seen fights in December and November, right? Because we got Christmas, holidays, traveling, all that is getting planned. No one wants to go to a fight when you got to go to Thanksgiving for fucking the holidays, or you got to go to Christmas and buy gifts and all that. So our year is getting really packed for anybody to I think you're going to see a lot of these fights getting shifted to 27, excuse me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, first quarter of 27 probably.
Yep.
All right, so this one kind of made me laugh a little bit. This past Tuesday, if you guys remember our Sunday show, we talked about Turkey Al-Sheikh and his peace talks, peace summit. This is going to be some big fucking thing, right? Where they're going to all come together, as many promoters as they can get, and have some sort of kumbaya around the fucking campfire and see if we can have some sort of peace to work amongst one another and with one another. If you hear Eddie Hearn talk about it, he wasn't too crazy about it to begin with. He's like, no, chances are maybe at the meeting we're going to be nice and everything, but once we leave, it's cutthroat again, because that's what makes it. A competition is what breeds these kind of fights that we want to see as a fan. According to what Turkey Al-Sheikh says, he says, a great meeting with our brothers and partners will affect the future for more than 4 hours. More than 4 hours. We talked about everything. Big meeting today between, listen to who he names, DAZN, Zuffa, Queensberry, Matchroom, and Gold Star. No more than a few hours later, he goes back onto his social media and updates that and removes Zuffa from the list of promoters that that was there. If you look at the picture, there was no Dana White. There was Frank Warren. There was Eddie. So, and then of course Turk in the center there. But yeah, it's pretty funny. I found this post here on Everything Boxing on Twitter, and it says Turkey edited his meeting tweet to remove Zuffa, and then posted a separate post with Nick Khan. Nick Khan represents TKO. Did Zuffa even take part in this meeting with Matchroom, Queensberry, DAZN? Entirely fucking pointless. But I don't know what has come of this. I'm assuming within the coming days we're going to get some more information, maybe even coming weeks. But according to him, it will affect the future. I hope he means in a positive way. And it's just weird that Dana and Zuffa, we thought that was kind of the point of this, to have people around so they can all kind of work together, including Dana and his version of Zuffa. But from what I can tell here, he wasn't even there. Andrew, does this strike you as strange at all that kind of the point of this was to everybody come and try to work together, including them, and they weren't even there?
Dana pulled the ultimate, either we're together or we're breaking up. That's what he told Turkey. And I think Turkey told him to stay home. I got lots of bitches.
I see. It's like, are we going to have a committed relationship, or are you just going to keep me as a fuck buddy? Like, yeah, we're done. Go ahead. By all means, leave, because I got plenty of other hoes behind me.
One, they weren't there to represent. Two, they didn't listen to the boss. Turkey asked for this meeting. Peace meeting is what he called it. There was no peace. Three, Dana White the other day, I don't know if you caught this, but Dana White the other day came on, and when he was asked, I think it was after their fight Sunday. Is that when Rayo fought, was on Sunday?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so after that fight, he was asked about this, and you know what he said? All I'm worried about is the NBA and the NFL.
Oh, that's right.
These boxing promoters are nobodies to me. But you know what that tells me? Are they stepping back? Is he talking about the UFC? All I'm worried about is the UFC, because he ain't talking about Zuffa. We all know he's not talking about Zuffa's ratings going up. And granted, he shouldn't even be talking about the UFC ratings going up against them. But that's the only ratings he could be talking about. He sure in the fuck ain't talking about Dana White Zuffa.
No, they're not going through the roof with the ratings.
Bro, just I don't think it was his thing. I think he might have been. That might have been the first tell that maybe they're fed up with the whole boxing bullshit. Maybe the WBO was the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, no, guess what? You guys aren't even invited. Goodbye. Oh, that's how easy this is? Well, fuck you guys then. We're out. Look, he has an ego, dude. And if that ego isn't fucking, what do they say? Isn't groomed? No, that's not the word. If he isn't babied, if he isn't looked up to, right? If he isn't the man in the room, maybe he doesn't want to be in the room at all then. So you either tell them today that I'm the man behind this fight, or I'm not going. Turkey. He was always supposed to be just the face, and it really didn't work out. I mean, you have to literally be out of boxing to think that Dana White was running Zuffa, was running boxing, was ever going to make a fucking impression in this sport like he did with the UFC. It was never going to happen. The UFC fighters are against him. The cutmen are against him. The trainers are against him. Maybe not in his face. Oh, granted, when he's giving them guys 30 grand and 40 grand, they're like, hey, thanks, take a picture. Then when he turns his back, they're like, fuck that guy. They made fucking 20 million tonight, giving us 40 grand. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of that going on in his own industry, right? You don't think that was always out there. That's why it's just, to me, it was never going to work. This was always fucking had a timeline on it. And it was about Turkey's money. That's all this has ever been about. That's why Dana got involved. That's why TKO got involved. Because Turkey was like, I'll give you guys money. I'll buy 65% of this company. They're like, shit, we're in. You know, what the fuck? But nothing has worked. Like Eddie said today, have you ever seen a company announce them starting a league and then have no league 7 months in? The NFL, the AFL, or whatever the fuck those other football leagues, did any of them ever start their league and then go, but we only have 2 teams right now, but just keep watching these because more leagues are coming, we guarantee you, or more teams are coming to fill this league, but we only have 2 teams? Like, come on, no. It's not working so far. The ratings fucking suck. They didn't even get 1 million on their first fucking thing out the gate. Boxing showed them no love, right? Under 200,000 on Paramount. That had something like 20-something million homes they reached out to. That didn't work. I haven't seen a fucking number on Zuffa since. Seriously. Nothing on Zuffa through Paramount. And matter of fact, Paramount, shame on you guys for not representing that UFC 250 in no type of way. Not even the billion. What did they say? They got 1 billion hits overnight
impressions,
impressions. Paramount didn't even jump on that. Like, you want no shine for the. Who the fuck gave these guys $7 billion and then it was like, fuck all the fucking accolades we get from them, though? I don't want any of that.
Let me buy an expensive S car and nobody see it. Nobody I'm gonna keep it in my garage. No one can watch it. Just trust me. Oh, come on. Who was it? Of course, I'm going to show it off. Oh, you know what? And then also maybe they didn't what they were trying to do with the Ali Act isn't going the way they are according to, and now they're like, fuck, we couldn't get done what we wanted to get. Maybe starting.
There you go.
Breaks.
Hey, that's another one, dude. That's absolutely. Nico Walsh. We got to give him credit. He was on that hard with Cruz. I guess they had some backdoor. Not backdoor. I mean, that's disgusting.
Behind the scenes. Goddamn. Maybe there was some action behind the back door. Like, no. Andrew, I promise, guys, he'll get there. Just give him some time. He'll get there, guys.
Back room. Fuck, I don't even know how to say it now.
Behind closed doors. Closed doors.
And it stroked the ego. That's who Dana White likes. But anyways, yeah. So Nico was pretty heavy on. He wanted his grandpa's name off of that. He was trying to get Cruz to fucking detach his grandfather's name from that. He told him, if you guys are going through with this, you need to rename it. You need to do something. And then him and Cruz, I guess, started talking about what he could change on it to make Nico want to keep the Ali name on top of this. So, dude, if that did happen, what you're saying, yeah, we got to give props to Nico. He might never be a great fighter for his grandfather, but dude came out and protected his grandfather's name on that bill. So that's pretty cool on his behalf. But that's right on point to why they might not have been there. I think it's significant, bro. I don't think that's small. I really don't. There's something going on there. And then with what he said the day before that, or 2 days before that, about, I don't even need to worry about these guys, I'm worried about the league. That's kind of telling me you're shifting back to, you're putting your worries into the UFC and what they're doing, where they're going. Zuffa is not who he was talking about, in my opinion. So, dude, and then he edited their name out of the fucking thing. Come on. Like, come on, bro.
And then Nick Khan was there, and he represents TKO, but that's like the parent company. So you can kind of sort of
and
you want to.
No, he didn't get in the picture. It says it in the report. Nick Khan did not get in that photo, dude.
Really?
Yes. Look at it. That's why Turkey puts his own picture of him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude. TKO wanted no part.
Right, yeah.
They wanted no part of this meeting.
What the fuck?
No, I think you're right, dude. Their changes didn't come. That has to be significant, because they can't get shit started until that thing started changing. And then you have the WBO blocking them out. You got all the promoters signing with DAZN. So TV rights are now coming into everything on negotiating. So you're not just getting your Netflix or your Paramount, right through the door. You got to work with DAZN now. You got to pay DAZN. Oh yeah, the TKO might have been like, nah, we'll stick to the 10 for 10s.
Yeah.
We were doing fine.
Yeah. So we'll see what comes of this, what changes according to Turki Al-Sheikh. There's, stuff that's going to happen in the future. What exactly that means, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But from what it looks like, somebody got left out. and maybe they try to call Turkey's bluff, and Turkey was like, "Nah, bro, you don't play that shit with me. Bye." So we'll see how that goes, but very, very telling that neither Dana nor anybody representing Zuffa was present there. So much so that Turkey had to basically edit their fucking name out. I don't know. I wonder why. Like, how did that, dude? They weren't there to begin with. I think he would have known that, right? Maybe he's already starting to have some issues up here where he's just dialing away. But if they weren't there, I don't know why he would have included them to begin with.
I think they were supposed to be there, dude. I honestly, I think that meeting was everything that Turkey said it was supposed to be, and for some reason, Zuffa decided not to show up. They're standing their ground. Maybe they don't want to play ball. Maybe he told Turkey, "You told me when I first got into this that we were taking over and I was going to be the face, and now you're asking me to be a puppet," because that's really what Dana has turned into. And granted, you guys, he's been that for the UFC for the past few years. Mm-hmm. Their fans just don't accept that. They think he's fucking CEO and everything he says is golden and all that. But over here with Turkey, the boxing world already knows who runs the fucking show. We're not looking at Dana as that guy. You know what I'm saying? And he might not like that at all. Yes, no, stroking of the ego is what Dana likes, and he might not be getting that on the boxing side. And he's like, "Fuck this, dude." Like, I told you,
he's petty too. He's extremely petty.
Yeah, and it sounded like the media was asking him hella hard questions, repeating the questions. They weren't just taking his answer and being like, "Okay, that's what he said." They were actually firing back with, "Well, yeah, you're saying that, but this is what," and he's like, you see him get all red or, "I'm going to announce it later." Like, it's all he ever goes to, bro. Like,
who let these guys in? I thought we had our own people. I thought we had our own media guys. Who let these guys actually asking the hardball questions?
Yeah. And then in one of those recent ones, he literally says at the end, "Ask Turkey." See, it's all coming together. But he does say that at one of the Zuffa questions there, he said, "Ask Turkey." That's what he said, dude.
What was the question? You remember what it was?
It was something about AJ and Fury. They were trying to get him to answer it. Like, you say you're the promoter, so what's the answer? And then he said, "Ask Turkey." Yeah. Puppet, man. No, I don't think he likes this. I don't think he's ever been in this position since he's been the powerhouse in the MMA world. I don't think he likes this new position that he got himself into. Even in Power Slap, he wasn't this, right? That's another sport where he just walks around and everyone's, "Oh, Dana White." Could you imagine Dana White at a Power Slap event? I'm sure he's fucking just, glazed with love. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's not like that in boxing.
Are there even other Power Slap? I mean, not Power Slap, but like, that kind of, like, are there other leagues out there? Like, I think I've seen it on some like weird Russian channel one time or something like that. But really beyond that, it's not like there's exactly a hotbed of talent, around like fucking Power Slap gyms popping up in Philadelphia or some shit.
I was surprised when they said the thing was getting as many hits as it did. Like, who really sits down on it and is like, "This is..."
Maybe it's like the shock factor at first, right? People tune in to see the train wreck, but they can only see so many of them, and then it's like, all right, I'm bored with it. I'll move on.
It's so sad, bro. Like, fucking slapping each other, eardrums popping, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, one dude with a big old eye. It's like, okay, go ahead.
It's like, should have paid attention in school. I know all of them are seeing their teachers as they're getting slapped, bro. Fuck.
It's like, she told me I would never amount to nothing with this fucking eye like this.
That's the equivalent of a girl being on a stripper pole, dude. Is a boy being in a power slap competition. Rock bottom, dog. Hey, bare knuckles. That's another one, man. I look at these guys like, what are you doing? Like, dude, is it Armando just announced his? I just seen Armando Vargas. He's coming up.
Both brothers signed, Amado and fucking Fernando Jr. Both of them signed a deal with them, but I think you're right. The Amado fight is coming soon.
It's coming up. Yeah, I seen the post. I'm like, bro, it's gonna be sad if his face gets fucking destroyed. I don't know. Have you noticed Paulie doesn't look the same anymore? Like, he totally fucked up his face, dude.
The scarring, I remember seeing, but I don't know like what other part of
his nose got bigger and is like more crooked now, and then he has a scar like coming right down his eye. Like, dude, it was like, Paul, what did they do to you over there? You know what I mean? Like, bro, because he's had 2 fights in the.
I don't know. I think he's
no.
I mean, maybe for that for that league, but he's done it before. Like, I want to say
okay.
he has at least 3 fights. I'm almost certain,
Okay.
because his most recent fight was like for a belt or something like that. So that means he had to have won the previous one, I think. I want to say at least 3, as far as
Okay.
I can remember.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked like he messed up his commentating career. I'm gonna say not too many big lights they're gonna put you on pay-per-view anymore. Before you had that going for you, you know what I mean? But damn, he looking pretty tore back now with just a very small career in that bare knuckle shit. So I don't know what's rock bottom. Is it fucking bare knuckles or is it power slap, man? Like,
I gotta say power slap, because even bare
okay.
knuckles, you can at least protect yourself. There's still some of that still going on. Here
Yeah.
you just have to be like, all right, just wish I don't get a concussion on this next one, and just so I can let Jesus take the wheel. Like, go ahead, sweetheart. Boom. Yeah, that's my guess at least. All right. Anything else we wanted to add to that Peace Summit before we move on to the last topic here?
Sounded like a DAZN summit, but yeah,
yeah.
move on.
Which, I mean, everybody's under DAZN. Oscar wasn't there. That seems a little strange. I would have liked for Oscar to have been there.
Yeah, no, this was about AJ and Fury, though. This is what it was about, and something happened. Something happened. Maybe Dana was told, "Look, we're gonna let you in, but you are not the promoter." And he said, "Fuck you guys. That's not what you told me when I signed up for this thing." Who knows? We will find out soon, because somewhere Eddie's still jerking off to this. You can believe that.
Right. Well, have you noticed his pictures were kind of like there too? Like it was. I don't know if Eddie got everything he wanted out of it too, because there were a couple of them where he's just kind of like, and posing, mind you. So he didn't exactly have the biggest grin on his fucking face. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. Well, at least we will find out something from Eddie, because he's definitely going to talk about why Dana wasn't there, and I expect him to dig a little on him. Maybe being scared. He was scared to face me.
Yeah.
Right. Something like that.
He's like, he saw what kind of shape I am. I was challenging him for a fucking fight. It's funny right now that you said Dana
I was going to slap him, really.
Yeah.
If I seen him.
Backhand his ass. When you said Dana wasn't there, it reminded me of that Austin Powers song, like "Daddy wasn't there." Remember that? That's we're gonna switch the lyrics to "Dana wasn't there." All right. This last topic here of the show was kind of a weird one. It's an appeal. Essentially, is what it is here. If you guys remember, if you guys happen to watch, the main event of the Zuffa card on Paramount Plus last Sunday was Rayo. Jose Valenzuela taking on in a rematch, mind you, against Edwin De Los Santos. If you guys recall, their first fight was a gunfight, and ultimately Rayo got knocked the fuck out. He got TKO'd, and De Los Santos came away with a victory in their first fight. This was pretty much a rematch, but now taking place under the Zuffa banner, and it was equally as a gunslinger type of fight. They were throwing down, and De Los Santos gets knocked down, and while he's down, Valenzuela lands one more left uppercut to kind of seal the deal. The ref didn't say jack shit. He just continued to count. Ended up giving the victory to Valenzuela with that extra punch, pretty much while he's down. And even afterwards, Max Kellerman is in the ring interviewing Valenzuela. Doesn't bring it up. If by all means fact check me, I don't remember him mentioning anything about that. It seems like it's just been kind of quiet. Like nobody mentioned anything about it, and it was pretty damn blatant. I swear there was at least a second or two where Valenzuela was like, "Should I do it? Should I do it?" Bam, and then just cracked the dude. It was kind of weird. But De Los Santos has taken the step to appeal this decision. Let me go ahead and read what Boxing Scene here says. Edwin De Los Santos has filed an appeal to the Nevada State Athletic Commission seeking for his knockout loss to Valenzuela to be converted to a no contest. After being knocked down, De Los Santos was struck by another punch while on the canvas, which ultimately led to the end of the fight. Now, before we started recording here, I was talking to Andrew about it, and I brought it up. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen with these appeals, because quite frankly, anytime anybody has some sort of appeal, more often than not, we never hear about it again, and we don't hear about any sort of resolution or even an appeal being overturned by a fighter. But Andrew, you had a very good point when you brought it up here. Go ahead and let us know why this one might be a little bit different.
Well, it might be a little bit different because this isn't an opinionated judgment that they're going against, right? There's this one, there's camera video proof, there's still pictures that are showing the man was clearly on the ground and Rayo's landing a punch. Most of the other times when you have an appeal, it's about judging, it's about scorecards. We hear all the time that those are hardly ever overturned because you have judges on 4 sides of the ring. They all have different angles. You can't just, say you had it wrong, right? Mm-hmm. The fight that I'm thinking about that might hurt De Santos's appeal is the Roach and Gervonta Davis, man. That seemed like that was going to be pretty blatant, right? Like that was they're gonna turn this fight, and they didn't. So I don't
that fight here. That was the fight. Was it in Vegas? Because mind you, this fight is in Vegas, so maybe that matters. Huh?
It might matter, but no, this one wasn't. That one wasn't. It was probably in Washington or something like that. The Roach. Was it? I don't think it was Washington either.
Oh, Barclays. So it was Brooklyn.
Barclay. Okay. All right. So they did have an appeal out there that didn't go anywhere, even though there was video evidence clearly showing Davis did something wrong. Now, that was him turning his back. That was him taking a knee. Still not the same, bro. This is literally a guy on all fours. A punch lands. They can screenshot the punch to show that he lands on the chin, and dude goes face down into the ground. It kind of killed his ability to get up, right, in 10 seconds. I don't think they're going to overturn the fight, but I do think it's possible we see them demand an immediate rematch on this one. We might have to watch this fight for a 3rd time.
When you say you don't think they'll overturn it, you don't think they'll switch it to a no contest? Like you think it's going to remain a victory for Valenzuela? Because according to what this is saying here on Boxing Scene, De Los Santos doesn't want to overturn it, like call it a DQ or anything. He just wants to call it a no contest. You think they'll achieve that at least?
They might be able to achieve that. They might be. It matters on the commission, but I mean, bro, the evidence is there to at least have that on the table. And it's still, even a no contest leads to a rematch. I'm for sure that this fight probably is going to have to get redone. But we will see. Dude, you're going to call for a no contest and then just move on with your career seems kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to do that unfinished business. And the fight has a major story now. I mean, De Santos won by a TKO, correct?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then he comes back, wins his by knockout, gets turned to a no contest. Here we are in number 3. It seems like a great story for Zuffa to jump all over with this fight. So, yeah, no contest is there. I didn't even think about the no contest. I was thinking just a loss, giving him a loss. But no, the no contest is definitely on the table. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't watched it, it's pretty fucking blatant. Like, I don't know how the referee was right. I'm looking at the screenshot right now. The referee is literally like pointing like down, and then the punch you can see it in the same screenshot. So I'm not sure how precisely. And was it that Thomas Taylor, I think is the referee, that it was from the back of his head? It sort of looks like him. I'll have to watch the fight to remember, but terrible call. That one was pretty obvious. It wasn't like he wasn't there. On top of that, everybody else, no one else mentioned anything. I mean, I guess if the referee doesn't call it and nobody else says it, I guess Max isn't going to say shit. It's like, well, I guess that's legit.
Oh, Max got to be turned. He's going to be turning soon if Zuffa goes upside down. Jeez. Poor Max.
You don't think he's going to fight to the very end?
No, I'm just saying his life is going to be over. He thought Zuffa was taking over, man. You heard him in the first few episodes of this thing to where it might be potentially here very soon. That'd be a big turnaround for Max Kellerman. But yeah, no, they're all goofballs. I don't know. That whole ring show, it all seems so phony now, dude. It really does. Conflict of interest having Turkey own the ring and having all of Zuffa guys basically doing the ring commentating. Like, I don't believe their rankings. I don't believe them. They say Rayo should fight fucking Shakur. Like, are you fucking serious right now? Is that where we're going, you guys? Is this the kind of boxing world we really want?
every big win a Zuffa fighter gets, now he should be in the same ring as an elite champion. You go from De Santos to fucking Shakur Stevenson. That's what we're doing. Weird. And I tune out. I tune out when he talks. There was another one, Adames and Zayas.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that where Max said Adames would knock out Zayas?
Oh, no, I didn't hear that at all.
Yeah, but it's how he said it. It was like, is Adames about to sign with Zuffa? Because Max said it like if he already knew something. You know what I mean? It was just how he said it. I was like, Adames is going to Zuffa. Max is already gearing him up to be the best. But it is a little bit true, though. We can't say Zayas can just enter that division because they do punch a lot heavier up there. So I'll give him that. But I was reading his body language, like how he looked at the other guy like, are you really going to say that about a Zuffa fighter? You know what I mean? Like, Dana's going to call you. So that I didn't like that part. But he isn't lying. I got to give him that. Adames and these guys, they're bigger punch. Josabek?
Johnny Beck, yeah.
Johnny Beck. That dude was, maybe steroids, maybe, but we got to see him come back. But just Zayas going up there and thinking he's going to win a title. No, dude, not with no head movement and you taking shots from these dudes that probably walk around at 185, 190.
Yeah. I mean, maybe a shot at Laura would be something, but even Laura, if you're not going to move your fucking head, it's going to crack you anyway. That straight left down the center. That's
a great fight, too, though, for Laura. Man, Laura's been around for a minute. Yeah.
42 he is now, I think. So, yeah. You know what's kind of funny? Side note, back to Zuffa real quick. I forgot. I remember you brought this up. We were texting it, and it kind of makes sense. Dana not wanting undefeated guys because that fucking doesn't matter. If they lose, what does that mean? He has to pay them less. So it's like, that's pretty fucking obvious, right? So yeah, understandably, he's probably rooting for the guys to have a couple of losses here so it doesn't come out of the fucking bankroll.
Yeah, dude, Miguel, if you sign them to a 4-fight deal and fight 1, they lose, you're literally maybe into fight 3 before you have to actually give them a title shot. Their first fight's a comeback fight, bro. You're not going to immediately, if you're trying to monopolize the system, right? Mm-hmm. You're not going to immediately go and give them a title shot right after a defeat. You're going to go, nah, hey, man, you had an opportunity, right? Right? Yeah. Okay, well, you lost. So, in that case, because you lost, you only get $25,000 in your next fight.
Yeah.
And the guy can't
really a $5,000 bonus,
Yeah, exactly. The bonuses are going to be great that night. Yeah, no, exactly, bro. No, and then, yeah, dude, it gets pretty bad because, like, Brandon Lee, I brought that up because of Brandon Lee losing his first fight with fucking Zuffa, dude. This kid was 31-0 with the PBC.
Former PBC guy, exactly.
Yeah. Just living undefeated, waiting for his moment. He goes over there at Zuffa, fights some fucking oddball. Dude didn't even look like he was in the right weight division. Sandoval, I think. Look at me knowing his last name now. Zuffa.
Right? We're gonna see you with a Zuffa t-shirt, Zuffa boxing t-shirt. Like, oh shit, I forgot to take this off, honey. Give me another shirt. I gotta switch real quick. Yes, but it was Sandoval. You are right. It was.
Yeah. So and loses, but he has a fan base of 31-0. He has people that have followed him. His hometown has followed him. His family, you know what I mean? Like, he has people that know him. So his next fight, he's gonna only get paid what? $40,000 and still have that big ass 31-0 fan base. It's a recipe they've been doing over there at the UFC. Oh, the UFC guys are the ones that told us this. You know what I mean? They're the ones that are like, dude, we're pushing the numbers. Yeah, I have 5 losses or whatever, but 1 million people know who I am. They always come to watch me. Yeah, I'm making fucking pennies because I have these losses. No, they say it all the time. It's and then when I seen it happen to Brandon Lee, I was like, damn, to perfection that one worked. To fucking perfection.
Damn. We're very intrigued to see how Hitchens and Berlanga's first fights turn out later this month.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Yep.
So Edwin De Los Santos, we're going to try to give that appeal. Maybe that leads to something. If nothing else, maybe a third fight. I mean, if it stays as it is, then they're basically 1-1 at this point, and we need a tiebreaker. Whether or not Valenzuela is on the same page or not, maybe he's like, no, fuck this, I already beat him on we're upward and upward to somebody else at this point. But hopefully they can make it happen, at least to settle the fucking score, because it was pretty blatant. If you guys watch it, it was damn blatant. You even called it, Andrew. It was like Roy Jones, for crying out loud, man. The only thing that was left was another fucking punch like Roy landed. Might as well at this point. Like, while he's on the ground, like hammer fist him. Oh, all right, wrong sport. Yeah, Ryo, go back to the corner. Wrong sport, fool. Fuck. Oh boy. All right. I think we got covered everything we needed to talk about. Anything else you want to add to this topic, Andrew, before we call it a show?
No, I think I got everything off today. I didn't have any fuck ups that I got to clear up at the end here.
Just one. I didn't want to correct you earlier. You did say Keyshawn Johnson instead of Keyshawn Davis. So that's just a minor one. I knew who you meant. I just I was want to give you time to correct yourself.
Should have been a Raider. He should have been a Raider.
Right. Dude, early on, I would call him Keyshawn that shit too, because that last name just rolls off the tongue way easier than Davis.
Right.
All right. But that is going to do it for us tonight on this Wednesday evening. Keep in mind, there are some fights, as we mentioned, this weekend, so make sure to tune in to TNT. We're going to sell the living shit out of it. If you guys happen to have DAZN, it's going to be on DAZN as well, of course. Abdullah Mason taking on Albert Bell. So, okay, that is going to do it for us. If you guys, as always, would like to hear you guys, so by all means, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a comment, share all that good stuff, because we love hearing you guys' opinions and whatnot. And make sure to tune in one more time this weekend. Guys, please be safe. July 4th, that, as always, that shit gets a whole bunch of hospital visits. So please, by all means, be safe, be smart, don't go too fucked up. If you're gonna drink, stay home, the usual. It's a great holiday, 250, by all means celebrate, but play safe. So we will be back Sunday as we normally are. And until then, for my co-host Andrew, don't get it twisted, Lapiche, I am Miguel Antonio Barragan, aka Fight Fiend Migs, and this has been the Mad Boxing Show. Thank you once more for joining us. Stay safe. We'll see you guys on Sunday. Take care. Peace.